It was beyond a joke. They lived on Butthole Road.
Sounds like pure elephant crap.
I like living right near Butts Road in Boca. Anyway, Neil, the Marlins won the World Championship. What cynical things do you have to say about him today?
Saying,
oh, you're the one that said they'd win it all, right?
Half, but Robert Grieper won't open my pot, that little Jew bastard.
He's on the take for Darrow.
I'm hiring a hitman to take care of that son of a bitch. I'll tell you that right now.
How was your vacation?
How the hell could he still be working there, that little self-hating piece of crap, Heinrich Himmler Jr., that goose-stepping right-wing piece of turd?
Yeah.
And my vacation was okay.
How was it? How was the weather?
Congratulations on some decent numbers there.
Yeah, they're not bad. I got a lot of work to do.
You still have a lot of work to do, Mr.
I do. I
was expecting double digits from a big shot like you.
Yeah.
And
I disappoint,
with that strong lead-in with Mo, right?
Yeah, Well, I get
he couldn't have been there today. He's got to be out there in the forest fires in San Diego.
We have footage of the forest fires. Listen, you're going to like this. This is us this morning. I was in San Diego. Listen.
We believe now at this point to be 14. So a very, very difficult situation. And the bottom line on it now is, Darren, in where we stand here in California, it is only 7 o'clock.
You know why this is going on, don't you? God is punishing the Californians for Arnold. You do understand that?
That's exactly what it is. Now, who will win the Dolphins game tonight based on them moving the game to Arizona?
I think probably it'll get fired out.
Fired out? It already got fired out in San Diego.
If Mo's caught on fire out there, I think that would be great.
We have, wouldn't if Mo's hair caught on fire?
How about those Patriots, by the way?
Yeah, I picked them again.
That could have been the worst football game I've ever watched.
Yeah, what was it, 9-6 or something?
9-3.
Yeah. I went to a game with Seattle and the Giants last year that was 6-3. It was the worst nightmare of my life.
I hate that crap.
I'm going to the Colts game Sunday. I want to see the aerial attack that's so impressive from that team.
Clarence was asking me before. What day did you get back? I said, I got back to Toronto Saturday. He said, you watched the series game Saturday night? I said, no, I watched the Leafs game. I watched the real sport.
Yeah,
I got a pansy like you watching baseball games.
Like that's funny. I was thinking about the Leafs because I told you this morning I got my Leafs sweater. I got all my stuff moved from New York. They said don't buy a house, Ferrall, in Miami, but I did. And now I'm living in a big, huge crib, and I got my Leafs jersey up. I know you're pretty excited about that. Have a nice day, Neil. Well, because I like their sweater.
That's good. We do have a good sweater. We may have a crap team most years, but we got a good sweater.
Hey, Bertuzzi signed in Vancouver. He got $27.8 million to play in Vancouver.
And they had another big night for Doug Gilmour on Saturday at the Air Canada Center. They're always honoring.
Why do the players get U.S. money?
It's a franchise that lives in the past.
Why do they get U.S. money if they live in Canada?
An error has occurred on my page here. Can you believe that?
I can't believe it, but why is it that Canadian hockey players that play in Canada get U.S. money?
Because they got good agents, that's why.
I guess so, because the NHL is an American sport?
You'd be getting paid in U.S. money, too, if you had a good agent.
I thought they said that was the Canadian sport. It must be an American sport because it's in New York.
A bunch of losers.
Bunch of American
losers. Duff is in Key
dykes.
West. Duff is in Key West for Fantasy Fest. Did you know that?
Oh, that's right. That's why Duff said he was going to the Keys for vacation, but he was going to the Keys.
This is her autobiography. It's called One in the Pink and One in the Stink.
Oh, that is just sweet. That made my day. I'm going to go drive to. I'm going to the Keys right now.
Okay.
I'm going to go get my new car.
Don't say another word because each one could be your last on this station.
Oh, that's what they say. But I figure in 4 months. I was here 4 months. One ratings book. One rating. Do you remember your very first ratings book ever in Miami?
Yeah, it was pretty weak.
Okay, well then I win.
It was on KAT. It was really lame.
I'm working real hard here because I have a 0 lead in, and then I got.
What are you talking about?
I got fat on the.
Mo Man had a number here because he had a big lead in. Joe and Mark, those bastards finally caught on with their perverted radio. They caught on.
That's the difference. That's the difference.
Well, that's the only reason he had any audience. He had some slop over.
Yeah.
You ever noticed he always looks like he's got a slop over?
He's so mad that, he lives in this little villa in the Jew neighborhood up there in Boca playing golf every day of his life. And I bought a big, fat house right down the street from him in my big frickin' chalet. And he's living in his little teeny villa with his smelly wife. Here's me like this. Here's me like this. Hey, Mo, how do you like me now? And they sit in my big ass
Plus, you got real hair, man. That's the difference.
Yeah, I got some real trim, too. Not like that bag of prunes he's got. I gotta go.
Marlins win. Marlins win. Marlins. Give me another beer. Ramadan, 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 Ramadan. It means a lot to me. Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. I'm bowing on my knees.
the Muslim all the way. I pray for painful death to pigs in USA. My religion says that you must die in the sky on your next flight. I want you to die today. Ramadan, 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 Ramadan. Allah is proud of me. Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. I follow brainlessly with no regard for human life.
Bow, 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 Ramadan.
Ramadan,
Ramadan.
Ramadan.
Bow, bow, bow.
I want to celebrate the Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. Allah will be proud of me. Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. Ramadan, 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 Ramadan.
Bow, bow, bow.
Just in time for Ramadan, we got some more dead people in Iraq. Well, we'll talk about that. I think we should probably take that line 6 that's ringing right now, don't you?
You oughter.
To welcome me back. WQAM, Neil's back. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hi, yes. I was wondering, I need to make a question about what they feel in the Dolphins covering the spread or not today.
What's the spread on that game, pal?
I think it's 3.
No chance. I think they're going to take the pipe tonight.
Dolphins are not going to win?
I think they're going to lose. I think it's going to be one of the upsets of the century. I think they're going to get burned out. Call it sports show, okay, you little punk, okay? Grow up here and call one of the sports shows. Call up Fox Sports. They can use your call, okay? Call up the Fan, the Fanatic, the Jock Sniffer. Call up one of those macho real men sports stations, okay, kid? Don't be wasting this is a high-paid #1 radio show, and George did a hell of a job, by the way, didn't he, Scott?
He sure did.
He did a hell of a job this past week. I was even on line. Of course, now, anywhere in the world, you can't escape no more.
Nope.
Because we've got the internet cafes, and every day you go on that internet cafe, and you can check your email.
Sashay into the cafe.
And you sashay in a cafe, especially if you're real gay and your name is Faye. And anyway, and you check the website, and there it was
right.
every day. I saw George's poll, which you had a couple of good polls on there. I did good on that one.
Damn
Who
good.
do you trust the most? Which shows you how stupid these people are. They trust me.
Right,
I
you're
wouldn't
a
trust
freaking
me
guy.
as far as I could throw me.
How about that?
Although I would say this, they trust their parents. I think I was third, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were. Right behind spouse and parents.
Right. Yeah, parents. They trust their parents more than me, which your parents are the one that told you about God and about
Right.
Santa Claus and the tooth fairy. They lie through their teeth and about how they never did this and they never did that and how come you're doing all of these perverted things and you're smoking that nasty weed that they never did because they were holier than thou, right?
Right.
Your parents lied through their teeth your whole freaking life, which is why most of you are neurotic and the shrinks are making so much money. But they trust their parents. Well, goody, good two shoes for them. Car bombs rock Baghdad. Bad news. Car bomber struck the International Red Cross headquarters and 4 police stations across Baghdad today, killing almost 40 people, depending on who you believe. CNN, which lies a lot, they say it's 30. AP says it's 39, and CBS News says almost 40. So it's either
About 30, man.
or 40. In the capital on the first day of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, according to police and U.S. military reports. About 10 were killed at the International Red Cross and 27 elsewhere, most of them Iraqis, but including at least 1 U.S. soldier. The other story that said at least 2. Every day it's 2 and 3 and 4 and Samo, and it's just and the public sits back like that. Like this punk calling in, oh, you think they can beat the spread in the game tonight? Yeah, spread this, okay? Spread your cheeks.
Rectum.
You idiot. You simpleton. You quisling. Man. And who the hell am I to be talking? I watched that damn game yesterday. The Patriots and the Browns, between the two teams, man, there wasn't enough excitement in that game to light a goddamn match. There was nothing. It was crap. Except that Tom Brady still looked pretty good. But other than that, man, was that garbage. And I watched it. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it was on.
Oh.
The bombings came hours after clashes in the Baghdad area killed 3 U.S. soldiers overnight, and a day after insurgents devastated a hotel full of U.S. occupation officials with a rocket barrage, killing a U.S. colonel, wounding 18 other people. That was the hotel in which U.S. Deputy Defense Secretary Paul Wolfowitz was in, but was unhurt. Damn it. Since President Bush announced the end of major combat in Iraq May 1st, 214 U.S. soldiers have been killed in hostile action. You notice they don't count the maimed and the severely wounded.
Armless, legless, blind.
Right, kind of like little Ali, and we're not talking about chemical Ali. We're talking about
crippled.
armless and legless Ali that's got like all artificial limbs now that is supposed to be so happy and excited about it.
Right, Lucky Ali.
Yeah, yeah, Lucky Ali, probably kid of that lucky dog, the blind and deaf and one with no legs. Oh, brother, and the public, like I said, sits back. We love the Marlins. They won the series, and now we're like big shots, you know. You're still the same pieces of crap that you always were before your freaking Marlins won a World Series. I got 2 polls on the Marlins today. 2. Not 1, count them, but a pair. We'll get to the results from Georgia's marginal poll over the weekend. That was okay.
Marginal?
No, it was a very good poll. No, I liked it. Although I still don't like the way you worded Hicks. See, I don't like that. No, it should have been drooling Southerners. See, you have to use my lingo, drooling Southerners. That really makes it very specific. People like Jesse Helms, you know, people like anybody from Texas or Louisiana or Mississippi or Alabama, them crowd. That Judge Moore, you know.
Oh, yeah.
From Georgia.
Oh, he's acting up again.
Drooling rednecks. That should have been on there. So we'll give you the results of that one. We'll start with the first Marlin poll because obviously, look at the phone, man. They're all whipped up. They want to say congratulations to the Marlins, to each and every player. Congratulations to Josh Beckett and Josh Darrow and everybody else and the old King Kong there, the manager, Jack McKeon, right?
Pudge, don't forget him.
And don't forget Pudge and Fudge and all the Fudge Packers over there at the stadium. We need a new stadium, cough up the dough, and when the ball stays and starts, let's all get together and go.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, because they blow. 10:13 at 560 WQM. Can you see the excitement? Can you smell it in the air? All the way up here I can smell that aroma, a fresh-baked. And don't forget Scran's book now, one in the pink and one in the stink. Hey, speaking of diet, everybody now is on a low-carb diet, and that's why you ought to be at the Lights of West Boca, because this is an unmatchable store. I bet you they got a lot of new things, too, that probably... who's got this account now? Is it Troy?
I don't know.
We
Troy,
have no idea. Troy the boy. He's doing one hell of a job. In fact, our whole sales department blows worse than ever before. You want a good BJ, man, just call anybody in our sales department because they blow.
Howard David's a bitch.
Madonna.
Yeah.
You are the material girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I still felt like something was missing.
And what was that something?
Brittany.
I mean,
It was just a friendly kiss.
who?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Incredible.
Really?
Yeah. And fun, and I don't know why people are making such a big deal about it.
You really don't.
I really don't.
You really don't.
Hasn't anyone ever seen 2 girls kiss before?
Well, I don't know if most of America has. Go right ahead.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not
Good.
kidding.
Okay.
Okay. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
It's a very good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah, the thought is disgusting. 1019 at 560 WQM. I want to tell you the book you must read. Dude, Where's My Country? Michael Moore, the new book. I read it on a plane and like in one sitting in my hotel room. It is phenomenal.
Okay.
Michael Moore for president. Oh! That's what I say. He'd be the best. Dan Rather's an asshole. I want to mention that even though I've been watching CBS News for years. See, here's the difference. Walter Cronkite, who used to be, of course, for many, many years, the respected father of American news on CBS TV, he retires. They shove him into the background, but he's still got the presence and the conscience to keep writing these columns in different newspapers and appearing on the Kingmeister, things like that, and speaking out against the war and what an asshole Bush is. But in the meantime, here his successor, Dan Rather, who everybody knows is a Texas liberal, which is unusual, but nevertheless. And he still comes on there and sucks up to it and distorts and twists the news like everybody else and goes on King and says, well, I'm an American, I have to do that, which I never realized until I read this book. Are you ready for that?
No, I'm not.
Enough to make me almost watch Tom Brokaw. See, I would turn over to NBC News permanent if they would put Brian Williams on there all the time.
Yeah.
Brian Williams is great. He's an excellent news guy.
I can't understand a word Brokaw says.
Right, you can't. He's got a terrible speech defect. He's got to have naked pictures of the Peacock and everybody else associated with General Electric because there's no other way in the world he would be on there. Tom Brokaw's a disgrace. So I would definitely watch them if they would just put Brian Williams on, or at least call me at home and let me know what nights Brian Williams is going to be doing the news. No, and then I won't have to be watching Dan Turncoat Rather. You make me sick, Dan. I've lost any respect I ever had for you. You're a piece of crap. Everybody, please go out and buy the book today. Dude, Where's My Country? Michael Moore. He's a genius. He's a freaking genius who's got a big, big, smelly pair. Nice going, Mike. Here's the result from Friday from your poll. Who has the most obnoxious sounding? And by the way, speaking of George being on his poll, things like that, it's about time that the audience that's been ripping George an ass, and sometimes deservedly so for all this time, realizes that this summer book he finally broke out of the pack. I'm looking at the hour by hour here of the shares from the summer book.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 highest hours in terms of rating and in terms of people listening. Well, no, actually managed, and the rating 7, 7, and 3 to 4 hour, but forget about that. But in terms of people listening, are 10 to 2, each and every one of our 4 hours. And George was on, I would say, well, of course, September, I was on.
Right.
But July and August, you won like more than 50%. I was on maybe
about 30, man.
%. And George was on the rest of the time, especially in August when I get a week off in there. So all these, and I would also want to say this since I've been away, and even though I can go online and read whatever the hell I want, I wouldn't waste my time with the Sun Sentinel and the Herald when I'm in Amsterdam. But, I'm sure there must be a whole bunch of articles about the ratings, right? Kevin Baxter and Tom Jicka and all these people.
No.
Haven't they, and Jim Sarney, that grotesque piece of turd, that fat tub piece of crap, and Barry Jackass with his little brown paper sack. Didn't they write all kinds of stuff about QM in his big summer book? No. About how George and Neil had this gigantic number, and even Mo had a number.
Absolutely.
And of course Ferrall did really good in his first full book. Huh? Didn't they write that? No. And how Mad Dog and Hank were spectacular in the afternoon. They didn't write that crap?
No.
Well, you guys suck, okay, Tom Jicka? You may not be good, but at least you're consistent. You suck, you blow, you bite. All he writes is his puff pieces of the same crap, and the only time he wrote about anything local in the last 7 months was he wrote Ricky Sanchez is coming back on channel, whatever it is. 7? 6?
Right, whatever it is.
Who the hell cares? That's his idea of a column about what's going on in the local market. You're an imbecile, Tom. I'm embarrassed that they even let you in the station. Speaking of embarrassing, that number that you just faxed me for the best of Neil, that is pathetic.
Yeah.
That is tragic. Well, $34,845, although it says missing online totals because we're having computer issues, whatever that means. So we got about $35,000, and now it's the end of October.
Right. There'll be more as soon as he gets those results.
There'll be more what?
More money.
Well, yeah, but I'm already adding another $155.
No,
just to get us.
Well,
huh?
I shouldn't open up a mouth until I know what we're actually going to have on there.
Oh, you mean like a lot more?
I don't know. You know, it's worth mentioning, since we're talking about the online store, that these other products that they have are really
nice. It would have been nice if somebody would have told me about it.
Well, I didn't know. I just saw the pictures online. I didn't know that these mugs were actually huge and substantial.
By the way, don't miss Skin on Fox TV, on Fox. See, that's the interesting thing. This son of a bitch, this Rupert Murdoch, what a clever, devious bastard, like I've said all along. He takes his entertainment network, Fox Entertainment, he puts on the raciest, the most cutting edge, the most the hottest stuff that he can get away with, and then he takes the Fox News thing and he turns it into Deutschland über alles.
Right.
So he's funding his right-wing propaganda outlet with his entertainment spicy crap on there.
He's no dummy.
Exactly, that's right.
And you don't even get FX.
And I want to tell you another thing about him. Sky News, which is also Rupert Murdoch and the people on there, they whisper the news. They just whisper. It's almost like they're not getting paid enough. They don't want to make the effort to actually like move their lips when they're talking. And especially the broads that are on it. And the Queen said today that the scandal with the butler and and that's another thing with the Brits. The butler, Paul Burrell, is that his name?
Oh, I don't
Diana's butler, and he wrote this book, and now they're all having a nervous breakdown. And Prince William and Prince Harry, oh gee, you're a bad guy, and you screwed us over, and all this other crap. And that's what they're worried about. We got people dying every day in Iraq. We got Tony Blair as a freaking liar. Oh, and by the way, speaking of that big conference in Madrid last week to raise all the donors there with the money to try to bail our ass out, guess what? $3.1 billion donated by Britain. Over 40% of it disappeared. They don't know where it is. Yeah. That's the latest scandal. What they're worried about is the butler wrote a book about Diana, who had a vision that she was going to get, she knew that they were going to off her. She wrote a letter to him saying that they were going to kill her. You read that, I'm sure.
Right.
They were going to tamper with the brakes on her car, and guess what? Oy! You're dead, Diana, okay? I'm sure that they killed the bitch, don't you think?
Sure.
I don't think there's any question. She was bad news.
Mm-hmm. Don't get in that Mercedes.
No.
Princess Di, we're begging, please. Paparazzi's coming after you. You're gonna crash into a wall. No more rich guys for you. Oh! Princess Di is gone.
Oh, Princess Di.
Princess Di is gone.
She's really gone.
Went into a tunnel. Hello, wall.
fix was in, and of course the two kids, they're too busy counting the money, you know. They're too busy counting it and getting laid and spending all of the royal money. So they don't want any scandals, you know, because God only knows what other crap he's going to spew out. For example, Prince, what the hell's the Queen's husband? Prince Philip.
Oh.
Prince Philip allegedly said to her, wrote her a letter, I can't imagine that anybody would leave you for Camilla Parker Bowles. You ever see that bitch?
Oh, yeah, very,
that real dykey-looking, nasty, typical Brit.
Marmy.
By the way, the good news for everybody that hates the Brits as much as I do, they're still acting just the same silly crap over there when they go to Amsterdam, no matter where they are. They're silly, they're embarrassing, they're ridiculous. And that's our ancestors. We can always blame it on them.
Well, yours maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, not even.
Oh, that's right, like I said. And what about Scott? That's his ancestors.
Yeah.
Although I don't think he's got any.
I think he's a kraut.
Wouldn't surprise me. When we come back, maybe he's related to Boy Gary. Stepanovich.
That's right. Poll.
1027 at 560. We'll get those poll results eventually. We got the new poll up there about the Marlins. Look at the response to that phone about the Marlins won the World Series. We want to give everybody an opportunity to send the Marlins their best and say thank you so much for what you did for us and for this community. Look at that phone. The new poll is up there. What's your take on a new stadium for the world champion Marlins? The world champion Marlins. None of my tax dollars going to build it. 26. Let's do it. They deserve it. 13. I don't give a crap about it. 10. It was great, but goodbye Marlins. 4. Oh, they just won the World Series and already we got 4 people saying bye, bye, bye. Wow. Hey, imagine zero closing costs. Now, with this copy, I just don't have time to do it.
Come on.
No, seriously, because Todd Reck's an idiot, and he's got all this, because the agency sends him a piece of stuff that's obviously of a recorded spot, and it's got all these booms in there, boom and boom and boom. I'd like to do a boom right on Todd Reck's ass. Jesus. Imagine zero closing costs, zero application fee, zero credit bureau fee, zero discounted points. It's the last mortgage you'll ever need. Cut that crap. The revolutionary only one mortgage from the financial group now with an interest rate of just 1.95%. That's just $738 a month for a $200,000 loan. Once you refinance or get you a new home mortgage from Financial Group, you'll never pay closing costs again. Call 1-800-940-LEND. Grab real financing power with a low-rate mortgage that you can move to your next property without further cost or expense, too. Only one mortgage from Financial Group. For details, call 1-800-940-LEND. It's a whole new way to buy. Zero underwriting fee, zero doc fees, zero prepayment penalty, zero closing cost, even when you move to another property. Get financing at just 1.95%, and don't forget, never pay closing costs again. Call 1-800-940-LEND. That's Financial Group, 1-800-940-LEND. They're an equal housing lender. Restrictions apply. Rate subject to change monthly, 5.19 APR.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Oh, God.
True, and you think like Marilyn, someone's alright.
Yes.
A big black mouth, especially an extract between your thighs.
Roy!
True, and you don't think like Marilyn, a charity's wrong. You'll bend over forward for anybody with a giant pulsing schlong. Up your ass inside. Did you wash last night? Please close your legs tight. Something don't smell right.
Screw him. You be the bitch I bang tonight. I smack your head and bruise up your body the way you like. Screw ass. You get my mojo long and strong. Give charity money to OJ and don't care if it's wrong. You blonde and you white. You just be my type. The kind of bitch we like. You know how to do it right. You got a date with OJ tonight. Go.
Don't forget, it's out this week. Screw Ann Whitaker autobiography. One in the pink, one in the stink. It's 10:33 at 560 WQM. 1,382 votes on George's poll. Well, it's taken me a long time to get around to this, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Well, I got a lot of catching up to do. Who has the most obnoxious-sounding accent, drawl, or speech pattern? George asked. New Yorkers, 415. Blacks, meaning Ebonics, 263. And why did you have to put Ebonics in there? Why couldn't you just say dark folk?
I just wanted to make sure no one was confused.
And I see you got Black Islanders down here also.
Right.
Are there any Black Islanders, Scott?
Sure.
Name me one black player on the Islanders. Spicks, 127. Old Jews, 112. Hicks, 86. See, I don't like that Hicks thing. I would like drooling Southerners is the way to describe it. Drooling Southerners, Yahoos. Flaming Queen, 69. What an interesting number of votes. Haitians, 69. What about Flaming Queen Haitians?
Yeah, man.
Towelheads, 46. There aren't that many towelheads in South Florida.
No, not that many.
That's why it smells a little bit better there. New Englanders, 43. Frogs, 43. Surf punks. I don't have any vowels. I have no idea what that means.
Shore body.
22.
California.
I don't want to know what that is. Krauts, 21, Scott. Black Islanders, 19. Kevin Weeks never played for the Islanders, did he?
No.
Brits, 18. Gooks, 7. Gooks. Canucks, 7. Midwesterners, 7. Commie blockers. See, I don't know what that is either. I know beta blockers.
Communist block member.
Oh, commie blockers. I see. See, this is George being so much hipper and cooler than I am. Commie blockers, 5. Phillies, 2. And Mix, 1. Mix, 1. How about Tom Mix? Remember
Mix
him?
this.
Yeah, Mix this is right. How come I can't find my damn thing here I'm looking for?
Oh, I got an idea.
No, probably because I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well,
exactly.
I just want to ease back into this.
Well, let me tell you something, my Mick friend.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, but I was having trouble finding it because I can't see what the hell I'm doing over here. Oh, I do like this.
Do you know who I am? I'm Mo Green. I made my bones when you were going out with cheerleaders.
Exactly. So there you go. There are the results from your world-famous poll. New York is with that accent, man. It just, there's just something about it. It makes us nauseous. Makes us want to puke. Especially when you do a talk show like this and you talk to so many of them all the time. You can always tell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Richie from Boar's Head. It's Mark the Jets fan. By the way, the Jets suck. They lost again yesterday. I just mentioned that in passing. And guess who beat them? It couldn't have been Donovan McNabb and the Philadelphia Eagles, could it have been?
Yeah.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? And the Bills, they took it up the pipe. Man, that was beautiful. Did you see that game, Scott?
I heard it.
They were briefly ahead 2-0 on a safety, which was kind of amusing. But they lost about 600-5, which I like. The Bills blow.
Yeah,
and the Jets suck, and the Dolphins are going to take it up the pipe in San Diego tonight, one of the big upsets. Are the Dolphins ever going to play a real team? And it seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, Scott, but while I was away, wasn't there an overtime game there between the Patriots and the Dolphins?
Yes, there was.
And didn't Olindomare, didn't he miss 2 35-yard field goals in overtime?
No, one in regulation and one in overtime.
Right. And didn't Tom Brady throw like a 65-yard touchdown pass to win the game?
Yes, he did, to number 80.
I see. So it seems to me the final score in that game was the Dolphins 13 and the New England Patriots 19. Oh! I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
No, that's correct, sir.
Let's see. Here's a loyal listener faxing me some information. It says, for your info, Brian Williams is a right-wing pig. Way to the right. Check him out sometime on his own shows on cable. He's brutal. Another one that spread the lie after lie about Al Gore in 2000 for incompetent, unelected fraud. Not that I'm defending Brokaw, because he got 50. Well, I'm just saying, Brian Williams, at least I can tolerate his newscasts. You know what I'm saying?
You can understand.
It says try ABC and Peter Jennings. No, if I want to see Canadians doing news, I'll watch the news right here. The Canadians doing news. I don't need to see that, right?
Poor Pete.
What the hell do I need to see Peter Jennings?
I can't see, but not Cascade.
Oh, it's a spot. I was turning on CBC, whatever it is. It says, I've switched to them. They seem to be the network that goes down the middle more than any of them, but they're all bad these days. You're correct. And you'd be amazed. You folks out there would be shocked to see that CNN International has got like a totally different approach on the war and on everything in the world and on Rumsfeld and everything. They're just excoriating, just ripping the Bushmeister an ass and this whole Iraq nightmare that's going on, this quagmire that he's got us into. Just because CNN International is, generally speaking, broadcasting to the rest of the world who aren't involved with all of this crap, who aren't, taking on the baloney. So it's really astonishing to me that they got a whole different altitude about on CNN International, which I guess you can get if you have like DirecTV, right?
I guess.
But how many people in the U.S. are watching that?
About 30, man.
It says, by the way, fat-faced bloviator Tim Russert said the same thing as Rather after 9/11, that he was an American first, which is bullshit. The media should be totally neutral. How else can they get the viewers to know what's going on? Says, I know that America is full of morons, but when they don't get unfiltered news, how can they possibly know what the F is going on? And the answer is they can't. Can they?
No.
No. So thank you for your good point. Okay, how's the pool coming on? Because I did hear Geldy this morning. I knew it wouldn't take long. Oh, the stadium. We got to get the stadium. Build it right there. We sure don't want to build it by PP Park. No, we don't want to build a stadium. First of all, we don't want to build one anyway, taxpayer money, but I do live in Broward, thank you. But the point is, why would you want to build it in a place where it's so convenient today, Broward and Palm Beach? Right there off the turnpike, right there by the county line. You could throw a rock from there to County Line Road, right?
Right, that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, that would be a really, really bad idea to build it where it's convenient to everybody.
Where the lots are all empty.
Or maybe to have, like, Wayne renegotiate the deal there with the Marlins, which he certainly wouldn't do that because that would be like doing something benevolent. That wouldn't just be out of pure greed and being a real prick, which he is. That's the only hope that they got, because all this shenanigans that are going on behind closed doors again, and Mayor Diaz says this, and this one says that, and Mayor Pinga Pequeña says, it's all going on behind closed doors. The deal will be sealed. And you taxpayers are going to get fleeced again. It's going to happen. And there's Geldy. Only on this radio station would you hear assholes coming on here like Geldy saying, oh, well, gee, let's figure out where we're going to put it. Not are we going to do it, but it's already in his mind a done deal. Because like the astute Momeister keeps saying over and over again, oh, you don't want to be in a city where you don't have baseball anymore.
Oh,
really?
God, yeah.
Would you want to be in a place where you don't have Major League Baseball?
What would I do?
For example, right here in Toronto, if the Blue Jays ever left, I can't even imagine being here no more. I can't imagine being in this town without the Blue Jays.
It'd be like being in the desert.
It would be like being in a 10th world country or something.
You'd still have the Argonauts.
Like I said, who the hell gives a crap? 100 and how many votes we got on this thing? A lot of votes already. I told you they're Marlin intensive, 143 votes. We got another Marlin poll coming up later. What's your take on a new stadium for the world champion Marlins? Not just the ordinary pedestrian Marlins, the world freaking champion Marlins, boys and girls. None of my tax dollars will build it, say 69 out of 143. That's almost half. Let's do it. They deserve it. 36. 25.1% of the people are still sniffing their all in a state of euphoria. I don't give a crap about it, 23. And it was great, but goodbye Marlins, 15 out of 143. So only 25%, only a quarter so far say, hey, let's do it. Now, if the owners want to spend their own money, are they going to do it?
No.
But if they did, hey, good luck to them.
Sure.
More power to them. It's something to talk about, something to kill some good time. Give people a chance to pretend that they really care about something there, which they don't. 10:42. Oh, here's the Canadians.
Middle of November, not the end, but it sounds as though the process to ratify.
See, he said process. Now I got to go back to CNN. He said process. I can't watch that. Hey, you're underpaid, you're overworked, you'd like a new high-paying career, but you don't have 4 years to waste in college. If this sounds like you know, there's not any punctuation in this copy. You know something? Todd Dreck, I was joking before about Grieper. But Todd Dreck, I am hiring a hitman for that son of a bitch. He is just brutal.
I'll make the call.
If this sounds like you, we have your solution. Pick up the phone and call Fast Train at 1-866-FAST TRAIN. When you talk to our good friends at Fast Train, tell them that Todd Dreck is useless and give the account to somebody that might service it and actually like do something with the copy, like put in some punctuation. Fast Train can have you trained and certified for a high-paying computer network professional career or a high-paying medical computer specialist in as little as 4 months. That's what it says here, as little as 4 months. Yes, you heard me right. You can be fully trained and ready for your new career in as little as 4 months. Fast Train offers day, evening, and weekend classes. They offer you job placement assistance and financial aid to those who qualify. Fast Train's got 6 convenient locations to serve you, too, 4 right there in South Florida. So pick up that phone and call Fast Train today. Be sure and mention Todd Dreck. It's mighty important. Call 1-866-FAST-TRAIN and check them out on the web, fasttrain.com. That's Fast Train, 1-866-FAST-TRAIN, and it says here, finish off with a Fast Train jingle.
Fast Train is the best. Put your education to the
If you got a brain, head for Fast Train.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
This is Kimberly Plummer, KABC News, with a one-on-one interview with gubernatorial hopeful Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me,
I apologize.
What do you apologize for? I'm not following you.
For everything, Kimberly Plummer, KABC News. I'm sorry to the people of California.
For what? Those bad movies you make?
No. Although, if you don't like them, I'm sorry, Kimberly Plummer, KABC News. I'm sorry for this.
You just touched my boobies.
That was a demonstration, Kimberly Plummer. I'm sorry.
Well, don't do your demonstrations on me, Mr. Schwarzenegger. I am here for a serious interview with you.
I apologize. You're very whiny. Go ahead with your questions.
Well, you're very touchy-feely.
I apologize.
Excuse me, but did you just touch my ass?
That was a demonstration, Kimberly Plummer, KABC News. That's why I want to apologize to the people of California.
And I believe you should.
I'm sorry.
I see you have a problem with women.
I don't have a problem with women. I like to touch them.
Excuse me, but we are not an object.
May I see your anteater?
My what?
Your anteater. May I see it?
I don't think I have an anteater.
You have an anteater. It's right here. That's your anteater.
I can't believe you just put your hand...
I'm sorry, I apologize. Oh, do it again. Yeah, good for you, Kimberly Plummer. You want me now, don't you?
You're a perv.
Let us have your anteater. Oh! I'm sorry. I apologize.
You are disgusting.
I want to be the governor. Here, pull my lever. Vote for me.
Ew. Why is it purple?
I eat grapes. I'm a grape eater. Pull my lever.
10:48 at 560. The whole state's on fire because God's pissed off at Arnold and about the voters of California.
That's right. It's
How anybody could be so stupid. 191 votes on a poll. Boy, I think we're off to it. When did we do this? Was this on the Thursday before I left for vacation? We also had that staggering, or was it a couple days before that?
I don't remember that far
Remember
back.
that day?
No.
Yes, you do. We had that phenomenal number of votes on there. I think it was like over 800 during the show alone. 191. Well, of course they ought to be whipped up about the Marlins. We're world champs, huh? When I think about it, I get the cramps without the M. 191 votes. What's your take on a new stadium for the world champion Marlins? None of my tax dollars is going to build that sucker. 91 people, 47.6%. Let's do it. They deserve it. 49, 25.6%. And keep in mind, we're doing this poll right on the heels of Saturday's Game 6 there, the clinching victory, 2-0, right there in Yankee Stadium. You know what made me the happiest about that?
I give up.
Is George Effin Steinbrenner. Man, even you should be happy.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Marlins won the World Series. Just to piss him off, just because he's such a prick. I can't stand people who have a lot of money who act like assholes. I don't begrudge anybody who's got a lot of money, if they earned it or stole it or whatever, if they were clever enough to do it. But at least if they're like, a little bit humble, or, maybe not humble is not the right word, but like
invisible,
decent.
out of my way.
Well, whatever.
Not evil.
But when they're like a real domineering prick like George Steinbrenner, who was hated by virtually everybody, not to mention, of course, his little gangster past, all his problems that he had, not to mention all that on top of it. What a piece of turd, man. Scott, did you see the look on his puss when they showed up, was late in the game, it was like, obvious it was all over?
He was devastated, wasn't he?
Oh, my God, he had to look like, oh, I can't wait to get this thing over so I can go down and bitch everybody out. We lost. Too bad, Steinbrenner, you suck. 198 votes, 94 say none of my tax dollars are going to build it. 51, let's do it, they deserve it. That's 25.7%. Because I'm sure that the Samson and Delilah people over there and Jeffrey Luria, I'm sure they're glued to the radio wanting to find out just exactly how much they put the wool over the Of course, they don't need to get the public support. Because they're pulling all the strings behind the scenes, like I said, closed door meetings, government in the dark, Mayor Pinga Pequena, Mayor Manny Diaz there in Miami. They'll put together some kind of a sweetheart deal, and they'll give them all of this land, and they'll do it, and then you'll have another white elephant, just like that Miami arena. Anybody playing there these days?
No.
I don't give a crap about it. 35 say that, and it was great, but goodbye Marlins, 18. 9%. Even on the heels of the World Series victory, 9% say, bye, 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 to the world champion Marlins. How do you like that? It was great. It was a lot of fun. It was nice while it lasted, but I don't think it's going to happen again anytime soon. Right? Especially after they dump off all the salary. You think Pudge is going to be back? No.
Add another zero to his contract.
Right. And if he don't stop crossing himself already and pointing to the sky,
getting cross about it.
We ought to bring back Jackie Gleason one time just to send his ass to the moon. And boy, I'll tell you, that would like increase the size of the moon like double. Send Pudge's ass up there. Is there anybody in baseball got a bigger ass than Pudge Rodriguez?
A-Rod?
Huh?
A-Rod?
I think, what's his name? Cecil Fielder had a bigger ass.
He had a bigger everything.
And Mickey, well, how do you know? He had a bigger everything?
He played in New York.
He had a bigger everything? Boy, what a loaded line that is, Scott. I think you've been hanging around that station too long, huh? You're starting to turn into one of them. Your ex-wife ain't going to be too crazy hearing about that. In fact, your child support just went up. Do you have any kids? No, seriously, does he pay child support, George?
Yes.
Says, there you go. So you can't fudge me, Pudge. Your child support just doubled because of what you just said, because now she knows you're fooling around with guys on the side, which is why he sounds a little off his feed today, because Muff ain't there to keep him happy this week. Muff is in Key West for Fantasy Fest. Oh, my God. What a flamer, you know what?
Get off this instant.
What a screamer.
I think he is.
Is what?
Getting off this instant.
That wouldn't surprise me. Man, oh, man. People like that, people that go to places like Key West and Provincetown and Amsterdam. We're talking fags when we're talking about that stuff. Right. Toronto. Faggery is what we're talking about. Make no mistake. I got a good piece of news, though. This will make you people much happier. Leave it to me to come back and cheer you up a little bit. I could take some of those calls. Should I take one call before I give the good piece of news from the Vatican?
Sure.
From Rome. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Very weak, very lame effort, okay? Plus he's got all that reverb on there. Get a new phone, schmuck. Go out and peddle some drugs. Here's a call from Orlando. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about those announcers on the World Series? That Jack Buck.
What about him?
He's pretty damn good.
He's good. He's okay.
He's not a bad-looking guy either.
Tim McCarver needs to be sent to the old folks home. He never shuts up.
Well,
he's worse than these pot fan. He don't ever shut up.
Yeah, he's a pain in the ass. But, I mean, that Jack Buck, he's great. I mean, funny.
No, Jack Buck is dead. This is his son. This is Joe Buck.
Oh, Joe.
Right.
But why aren't you too excited about the Marlins? It was a great playoff.
Oh, come on. I'm the one that told everybody that they were going to win the series. Everybody laughed at me. Oh, you're wrong. And it's the Yankees. Nobody can beat the Yankees. Why are you saying that? What do you want me to do? Like, jump up and down, make you feel better?
No, I mean, but have some civic pride. This is great. I mean, I talked to Ed Kaplan about it, and we're going to throw a party.
Yeah. And?
I mean, get into it, Neil.
Get lost. He's calling from Orlando, and he thought he's going to throw a party. Just another front-running phony jumping on a bandwagon. You couldn't give a flying crap about the Marlins before the goddamn playoffs, and especially the World Series. 66,000 people there for game number 5. 66,000, give or take. And just like Ferrall said this morning, the home opener, after the home opener, the second home game next season, they'll have like 7,000 people there. Am I right?
Absolutely.
We all know that. Nothing's changed. I mean, it was exciting, and like I said, but he wants me to sit there, hey, we love the Marlins. What does he want me to do? Like crap in my pants, get all that excited?
That'd be funny.
Already tried that. Wait till you hear this. Italian court bans crucifixes from schools.
All right.
Making some progress, but this, of course, is in Rome, where they're onto that silly old dead man that they keep schlepping around in a chair. He's been dead for months, the Pope. Nobody, well, no, it would be bad for business until they can blow some smoke. That's why he had to select those 30 or 35 new right-wing cardinals, you know?
Yeah, I know.
And the new one is a greaser, as a matter of fact. The one that they're saying is most likely to be the new one, a right-wing Italian. But in Rome, an Italian court ordered a state school to strip all crucifixes from its classroom walls on the weekend after a Muslim activist complained that his children should not have to study in its presence. The High Court in L'Aquila, in the southern Abruzzo region, based its ruling on a 1984 Concordat. I just love to say Abruzzo. I love that.
Say it again.
Abruzzo. Fabrizio. Based its ruling on a 1984 Concordat between Italy and the Vatican that agreed Roman Catholicism could no longer be considered a state religion. The landmark decision is expected to deepen divisions between Roman Catholics and Muslims in Italy, and here's the best part of the story, is a bitter blow to the Vatican and its authority in the country.
All right.
See, they're onto them. They've been onto them like I've told you this for years. 97% of the people in Italy don't go to church. They don't rub the rosary beads. They don't go there and with all the getchkis in the Vatican. They don't want nothing to do with it. They're not worshiping no old man in a dress, in a silly outfit with a stupid beanie that even the Jews are embarrassed by. The judges said the presence of the symbol of the cross leads to a grasp of the expression of religious faith, which is deeply wrong because it manifests the state's unequivocal desire to put the Catholic faith at the center of the universe as an absolute truth with the least respect for other religions.
Absolutely.
The ruling was seen yesterday by political analysts as a blow to Silvio Berlusconi's center-right government, which is campaigning to ensure that crucifixes remain on classroom walls. Boy, you talk about the Antichrist. Oh, did you see the story about, it's on the Fudge Report?
No.
About Ronnie Reagan?
No.
Oh my gosh, during the break I got to download that about how he was nuts when he was in the White House. It wasn't just afterward.
Right.
And he was crying and sobbing. He's the Antichrist and history's going to record him as the Antichrist.
No, that was W.
No. Seriously, no, the W is going to be. Well, he's just another one. If you give him all a shave and a haircut, it's all the same numbers on the head.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Are you drudge packing?
Saddam, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Yeah, we're at a code 2318. We've got a jumper on the roof of the Muhammad Savings and Loan Building here, and I'm trying to talk him down right now.
Everybody out of my way! I am going to jump!
That's our coffee. Give me that microphone.
Sir, you don't have to do this. Come on down and we'll talk this thing out.
Excuse me, Lieutenant. We were able to track down the jumper's mother.
Hello.
Am I glad to see you, ma'am. Here, look, take this megaphone.
Okay.
And try talking some sense into this guy.
Yes, I can hear you.
He can hear you. Ma'am, did you just say Saddam?
Oh, yes, Saddam, yes.
Jump!
Saddam, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
11:02 at 560 WQM. Happy Monday to you. Where's your civic pride, Neil? Huh? Let's have a big party. Everybody jump on the bandwagon. We love the Marlins, even though we didn't buy no tickets. Oh, speaking of buying tickets, I never got to tell you the upshot as far as my World Series tickets is concerned.
Yeah.
And about that whole business about eBay, which I never should have said that on the air. See, come to find out that it's very, very illegal.
Yeah.
To be scalping your tickets on eBay or any place else. In Canada, it's not illegal to scalp tickets.
Okay.
They stand right outside of your Canada Center and they scalp Leaf tickets like left and right like they used to do. Oh, and Loblaws bought Maple Leaf Garden. Oh! It's going to be a big, gigantic supermarket with hockey pucks. You ready for that?
Okay.
But anyway, it's not illegal to scalp here, and I forgot about that, and so naturally I had my friend put the thing on the eBay, and one of our astute listeners out there, I'm positive it had to be. I don't want to say which one, but nevertheless, I've contacted the local authorities, and blah, 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 and he's emailing everybody who's selling tickets on eBay that it's against the law and you're all going to go to jail and this and that. So I really don't know what the hell happened with those tickets. Do you?
Do I?
No.
No.
Good. Let's just leave it that way. Always got to be some people. See, in America, that's what America's all about. They want to put everybody in jail. It's just no matter what it's for, jaywalking, scalping tickets, you name it, picking your nose, popping a bad roid in public, whatever. Whatever they can put your ass in jail for, they'll do it because that's the American effing way, especially now that we got the Gestapo there watching everything. And speaking of throwing a party, we have a big party coming up. We wish we could invite the audience, can we?
No.
We actually probably should. That would really piss Greg off big time. And if anybody deserves it. Oh, by the way, he's prominently discussed in that Screw-Ann autobiography, one in the pink and one in the stink. Most of it is about Greg and Roy, to be honest with you. You got the book yet?
No. I'm not done writing it yet.
Oh, yeah? Anyway, the summer ratings are in, says this memo. And Power 96 and WQM both showed significant gains in their target demos.
All right.
Do we care about Power 96?
No.
Not the least. We like Kid Curry a lot. There's some people over there we like, or you like. I don't care.
Yeah.
But we don't really care about Power 96 because it's not for us. It's got nothing to do with us. In addition to which, we work on AM, so most of them people over there look down upon us. Oh, you're on AM. Well, you like that. That's just how when you pass them in the holler in the elevator, because we're on AM. And we can relate to it because that's what our signal sounds like most of the time, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's us. QAM was number one overall. It goes on here with all this about we did this. Neil and summer reliever George ranked first with a healthy 8.2 share, 10-2.
Absolutely.
Jim Mandich ranked first with a 7.52 to full.
Absolutely.
Humper Goldberg ranked number one with he was sporting a big one, the Humper, a 6.8 share.
Absolutely.
4 to 7 p.m. And, wait till you hear this. Altogether a dominating men 25 to 54 summer book. Congratulations to Josh, a.k.a. Clarence Duff, Doreen, and the entire QAM staff for a job well done.
Couldn't have done it without him.
Now, what the hell did Doreen do to have anything to do with that, with those numbers?
Oh, behind-the-scenes stuff, you know.
Yeah, she was doing stuff behind the scenes, all right, chasing Miguel around from room to room trying to get a hold of it. trying to sniff it.
It was slippery.
Who the hell is that bitch kidding, that fat, disgusting bitch? Josh and Duff and Doreen. I mean, what is this? And you remember the Employee of the Month, how many years ago that ended at QAM, how fast that ended? And you want to know why?
Why?
Because he ran out of people who could take the pin. No, seriously, if you were named the Employee of the Month, you had a choice of taking, how much was it, $50?
200, I think.
Was it 200?
Yeah.
200 or a QAM pin. Well, naturally, and of course, the deal was, it wasn't ever written down, but everybody knew that if you ever took the money, you'd never get picked Employee of the Month again, except I broke the record.
Right.
And I used to give the money to Joe Costello all the time. Well, of course, Greg doesn't like Joe Costello too much, so that's why. Plus, it's too embarrassing to always be naming me the Employee of the Month every month, every time the numbers come out. By the way, thanks to, what's his name? Ray Perry for a check for Abandoned Pet Rescue.
Right.
Am I right? I sure hope he gave it to you, because you said
No, he gave it to me. Good guy.
How about the check?
That too.
So thanks to Ray, we got Ray Perry and Muff Lindsay, who's busy goosing it up in Key West at Fantasy Fest, being a real professional. And who else?
Curtis.
Who am I leaving out? And Curtis. And that's it. Anybody else from inside the building give us a check?
No.
A dime?
No.
A penny?
No.
A dollar?
No.
A holler?
No.
Adam.
Oh, that's right. Adam in sales gave us a nice check. Thanks, Adam. Other than that, zippity-doo-dah. All these high-paid colleagues of mine. It's not like we got some kind of a charity that's like controversial, Abandoned Pet Rescue. I mean, anybody who doesn't like dogs, I mean, cats I can handle, or weasels. But dogs, there's something wrong with you if you don't like dogs. Because to be very honest with you, I'd rather associate with dogs than many of you. Not all, but many. Trust me.
Send a picture.
But it's almost the end of October, and you people have been telling me, oh, we'll raise $100,000 this year, easy, right? Yeah, I guess if you're each going to put up like $30,000, you and Miguel. They keep telling me this guy, and Scott put in his $10,000. I think we got it licked. There's 100 right there. We already got 35, 10 of which is mine. Pretty weak. Go online. George was starting to say before I interrupted him last hour, but you notice how this is just, well, it's after a long vacation,
It's
10
going
days.
good.
Is it really?
It's all over the place. I like it that way.
I like it all over the place, too, believe me. Anyway, we're having in celebration of our success, a ratings party for both Power 96 and QM is taking place Thursday, October 30th. A buffet dinner and beverages will be served. The party will be held at in Pembroke Pines.
Right.
Staff only. So I can't tell you where it is, because otherwise some of you people would show up and say, hey, where's the free food? Where's the buffet? And where's the booze? Let's have a double-barreled party for the Marlins and QAM and Powers 96.
I'll be taking applications for instant interns. Send a picture to George at WQAM.com.
Oh, and wait till you hear this. In order to give you sufficient time to prepare for the evening's festivities, our offices will close at 4 p.m. this Thursday, October 30th. Well, isn't that nice? And then he signs a Greg with that squiggle on there, which, is a glaring example of his deep-seated inferiority complex. Well, it's not a complex, because in his case it's real. Anyway, here's the story, and I can't believe that Miss Fudge, she must be busy with her boyfriends. They must be, maybe Miss Drudge is down in Fantasy Fest, too. You think in Key West?
Where else?
Because this story was on air last evening, and I don't, let's see, 2047 is what, 8:47? Right. 8:47 p.m. last night, and it's still the same. There's no addition to it. But it's well worth reading. Exclusive. One shock scene in the final production script for CBS's upcoming telefilm, The Reagans, captures the former president declaring he is the Antichrist the Fudge report can reveal. During Iran-Contra scandal, Reagan's breakfast room in the White House morning. Reagan and Nancy sit in front of their breakfast. They can't eat, can't drink, they're numb. Reagan, it's Armageddon. That's what it is, Armageddon. The leader from the West will be revealed as the Antichrist, and then God will strike him down. That's me, I am the Antichrist. Nancy, no Ronnie, Reagan overriding, and the Lord will strike down all of civilization in order to make way for the new order, a new heaven and a new earth. Nancy reaches out, grabs his hand strongly. Nancy, hold on, you've got to hold on, Ronnie. Reagan's eyes are filling with tears, he can't help it, he's crumbling. Reagan, I saved 77 lives in 7 years, Nancy, but I couldn't save those people in Lebanon. Nancy gets up, puts her arms around him, she rocks him slowly, silently back and forth.
Rock me gently.
Former First Lady Nancy Reagan has reached out to Hollywood heavyweights, including Merv Griffin, that lady, to somehow stop the controversial movie set for broadcast during the November sweeps. I'm going to watch that 5 times. Maybe I'll watch it.
About 30, man.
Yeah.
And buy the DVD.
Oh, my God. I'll buy the BVDs. I'll need some extra pair because I'll be crapping my pantaloonies watching that.
Again?
She had her psychic on one line, and he had his Bible in the other hand, and he was before they would like put on that shoe polish, the kiwi black shoe polish, to grease him up. He was always standing in the mirror looking to see where the 3 6s were, because he was the Antichrist. And believe me, Auntie Neil knows the Antichrist when he smells him. That is just special, ain't it?
I can't wait.
Crazy people in the White House. And like I've told you, the crazy people are the religious people. You'll find a part in Michael Moore's book, which I loaned it to a friend. I'll get another copy for tomorrow. I'll read it verbatim because he says it so much better than I ever could. But basically, he says the solution to the Middle East is let them just blow each other up. Let them all kill each other. Why the hell should we care about it?
Right on.
Just give them enough weapons so they can all kill each other, and then let's go on with life.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that's what they want to do, hey, more power to them. Tubman-Dreard.
More firepower to them.
Right. Look at that poll, Jeffrey Luria. Look at that poll, Daniel Sampson, or whatever the hell his name is, David Delilah. What's your take on a new stadium for the world champion Marlins? Oh, come on, where's your community spirit, Neil? You're always peeing on our parade. I'm just telling you the way it is, okay? Some of you emotional cripples out there, you can't handle the truth, like Jack Nicholson said. 275 votes. What's your take on a new stadium for the Marlins? None of my tax dollars going to build it. 131. 47.6%. Let's do it. They deserve it. 75. I don't give a crap about it. 44. It was great, but goodbye Marlins. 25. A strong 9%. It's constant. You see that number staying the same? 9% say, hey, it was great, but we know we're going to get screwed in the end. You're going to start begging for a stadium again. You're going to try to fleece us again, and bye-bye. By the way, speaking of fleecing, I do like that on NBC Evening News. Because on the in England, 11:30 at night, which is like, is it 11:30?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's 10:30 Brit time, because they're like an hour behind the rest of Europe. They're like everything else. They're way behind like civilization. But they carry the NBC News on BBC, and on Sky at 2 hours later, 1:30 in the morning, they carry Dan Rather. I get Dan Rather 1:30 in the morning, as Al Goldstein, your close friend, used to say. And I was seeing the thing on the fleecing of America. I do like that. You see that the government spent $33 million to promote the new $20 bill? You see that?
No, I didn't.
They spent $33 million to educate the public about the new pink and black and puce $20 bill.
Yeah, it's very gay, too.
Yeah, it is very gay. Meanwhile, $87 billion that the president wants to stick over there in Iraq to try to put the pieces together. I love the way that they keep running around saying, oh, well, we're getting them electricity and rebuilding the hospitals. Yeah, it's like if I come to your house and I blow it up and I say, oh, hey, look at this. Now I'm going to go out and beg for money so I can put it back together again.
Thanks.
What? How do you like that?
Here's a bag of nails.
The $87 billion. In the meantime, we got all of these people out of work. We've got the hospitals in America that aren't worth a crap. We have schools with no textbooks. That's another thing that really frosted my ass. Remember we had like little Joey calling in. His wife was a school teacher.
Right.
A couple of years ago. And kids in Dade County didn't have textbooks to take home because the schools didn't have enough textbooks to go around for every student. And in the meantime, oh, we got supplying textbooks for the kids in Iraq. Well, screw the kids in Iraq is what I say. Okay?
We are.
When the hell are we ever going to start taking care of Americans is what I'd like to know.
That's right. I have no Dish TV.
That's right. Let's get Dish TV for Scott, is what I say. Let's get some free tickets for the Marlins for next season so we can actually put some asses in the seats and won't look so embarrassing. Let's take part of that $87 billion and build a nice new stadium, a domed stadium for the Marlins, instead of fleecing the damn taxpayers of South Florida again. Tear the place to shreds. Every day now we got kids dying, and the public is sitting. When are they going to? I know they had a couple of protests over the weekend. Big deal. When is the public and the media going to finally get together and start saying it's time for impeachment, baby? We're not talking about a couple of blowjobs. We're not talking about the devil with a blue dress on her, stain on her dress. We're talking about impeachment, man. And of course, the big push now is, it's George Tenet and the CIA. They're the ones that gave us the bad intelligence, and you want to know why? Because where did George Tenet come from? He was the holdover from the Clinton years. Oh. So it's going to be real easy. They're going to nail him to the cross. Speaking of crucifixion, they're going to nail the CIA to the cross. And in the meantime, everybody knows, even Jay Rockefeller was spouting yesterday on one of them talking head shows that, hey, they planned this all ahead of time. And you're even starting to wonder about that one passage there from Nick Pack about it would take some gigantic cataclysmic event to be able to pull this off to go into Iraq.
I like that, Nick Pack.
Meaning 9/11, PNAC, whatever the hell. What do I call it? Nick Pack, PNAC. That's something else.
I like Nick Pack better. Nick Pack.
11:15 at 560. I like my backpack. It's that time of the year when the mattress showrooms are and the furniture store. Now this copy can't possibly be right, can it? No. This copy is old. It's ancient. It's like all our other copy. The sales department at WQM, they're the Antichrist, Ronnie. Don't worry about it. They're the Antichrist. They suck. Anyway, if you want a great deal on a name brand mattress, all you got to do is make one easy call to my friends at Dollar Mattress. 365 days a year, they give you the best prices, the best selection, the best deal all the way around. And certainly as far as delivery is concerned, like you know by now, nobody comes close to matching them. So for discount prices on the top names in the business, Sealy, Serta, Tempur-Pedic, Simmons, King, Coral, Stearns, and Foster Hewitt, call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES. No nonsense, no BS, no bait and switch. That's what BS stands for. No house brands, no false promises, and best of all, you don't pay an extra penny for the best service in the world. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS for Dollar Mattress, you still get to choose the date and time for delivery. Any 2-hour window, 7 days a week, like say from 8 in the morning till 10 at night, Monday noon to 2, Tuesday 1 to 3, 1:45 to 3:45, and you'll be sleeping like a baby right away, like I've been for years on my great mattress from Dollar Mattress. With low prices, same-day delivery, free setup, and removal, it's easy to see why everybody knows Dollar Mattress is the best in the business for customer satisfaction. So don't get sucked in by those phony mattress showroom and bedding store ads. They can't match what you always get every day from our good friends at Dollar Mattress. Call them right now, 1-800-MATTRESS. You'll be sleeping like a child real soon. 1-800-MATTRES, or online, it's mattress.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Ferrall, right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers.
Yes.
Sanctimonious phonies who would turn in their own mothers. I'll bet you're gonna say that when a gun's at your back if they make you board that train. Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. Well, it just ain't enough. Just have rush, filling the airways with hatred. The radio is permeated with the likes of Dr. Laura, Bill Hendry, and Michael Reagan.
Okay.
They call it Clear Channel 'cause they're clearly out to make the message clear. The right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. For all the table-talking idiots who couldn't get any dumber. That are married to whatever they are told to believe and worship George as their king. Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. Well, the Democrats who crap their pants like a child at a scary movie have Terry McCullough who should go home and shut up 'cause he don't have a clue what he's doing. The Democrats have a death wish when it comes to deciding who they will run, and you can color them done if they run Joe Lieberman. Oi! Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers who get indignant if it isn't them that's getting a juicy Hummer. Squirt, squirt. Just remember what I said when a gun's in your back if they make you board that train. Right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. They're all right-wing Nazi Republican motherfuckers. For all the table-talking idiots.
By the way, Terry Schiavo is still alive, thanks to Jeb Bush and Terry's Law. And I know George is really pissed off at her husband, Michael. But you know something? Too bad.
Yeah.
What is this born-again? See, you don't have a governor in Florida. You got a reverend. You got you got Father Jeb is what you got. What the hell is it his goddamn business getting that damn emergency measure pass so they can stick the tubes back in that bitch? She's a vegetable, for crying out loud. Put some goddamn broccoli on her.
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese and a little broccoli on the side. You got like a vegetable medley. In fact, maybe that'd be a good place to bring her to medley. 300. Oh, and they also got some good news during the break. Screw Ann because she hasn't donated a dime to Abandoned Pet Rescue yet. She said things are a little bit tight now, which sure she's not talking about herself. But she, just to volunteer, she's going to go out there on the corner of Ivesbury Road and 441 and give Hummers out to anybody who'd like to help Abandoned Pet Rescue, 50 cents a piece. That is exciting? Huh?
Huh? What? I'm
Quarter?
sorry. I was talking to somebody. I didn't hear what you said.
How many cents?
30, man.
30 cents a piece. 329 votes. What's your take on a new stadium for the world champion Marlins? 155, 47.1 say, none of my tax dollars going to build it. Let's do it. They deserve it. 94 people, 28.5% say, here, let me empty my wallet, okay? I don't give a crap about it, 53. And it was great, but goodbye Marlins, 27. That's down to 8.2%. Thank goodness for that. It's dropping now. Oh, and guess what else happened while I was gone?
I give up.
The big story about your friends at Walmart and all the illegal
Oh,
aliens?
yeah. We had a couple on them.
Let's hear it.
All right.
Illegal aliens at Walmart.
All right.
That's the Antichrist. Right there, Walmart. Anybody who shops at Walmart, we don't like you very much. What?
I'm telling you for years.
You're right. I don't shop there.
Evil.
Ooh, evildoers. So many
devil.
evildoers in so little time, you know what? Now let's get these phones hopped up here, although we do have that OJ story from the Inquirer, which I'm a little bit disappointed in the Inquirer. Because the headline, this is from like before I went away, I didn't have time for all of that. And let me also say one other thing. Have you noticed how very rapidly some story has like vanished? Huh? Have you noticed that? I mean, I've been out of the country, I grant you, for 10 days, but, you know, I got the internet, I got CBC and BBC and PPC and PVC and NICPAC and PNAC and all of that other stuff. And where's the beef? Am I right?
Yeah.
What's the story? You think he's drying out with Jeb's daughter? Because I understand she knows where to get the really good stuff. Not one more word about Rush. And boy, you talk about numbers, man. You talk about tumbling down. Whoa. They said 5 weeks. You should hold your breath. It's going to be 5 weeks for him to come back. But anyway, we got the Robert Kardashian died, as you know, who was OJ's good buddy and the first attorney until he dumped him. Got that story. Got Dr. Phil is a fraud. Which I love that story. Anything bad about Dr. Phil, people that we despise, people who are total phonies and making millions as a result of it. So I got tomorrow's poll already about the companies. I'm not going to do it right now. See, if I tell them now, then they'll start calling in with that. I don't want to interfere with all the tremendous volume of calls we're getting about the Marlins and their World Series victory. You see that? Mm-hmm. Here's one from Fort Lauderdale right now. Hello. Fort Lauderdale. We love there's not a call out. Well, now there's one. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. At noon, Eric will change the pool. We'll go to pool number 2, which will be, here's the question. Because we don't want to put, emphasize the stadium issue, even though we do know that the community will be pressured and blackmailed again. Hey, if you want us to keep all these players, man. See, we already went through that one time. It was called a Macarena. Oh, if you want to keep the Panthers, you're going to have to build us a big arena in Broward and yada, 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 and all that other crap. And then we'll spend the money, we'll have a winner, and keep this great thing. And, of course, they seized upon that one big year when the Panthers got hot for 2 months. Didn't really have such a great season. They got hot for 2 months.
And I'm going to tell you something right now, and you can mark it down.
Okay.
If Broward County would change their mind and decide they wanted to build this facility, I will not play here. Because I will not have you guys looking at me for the next 10 years saying, here's a guy that said one thing and went out and did something else.
And now what do we got? We got another white elephant. We just had the story a couple of weeks ago about how, in fact, it was Michael Holdemayo that wrote that story in the Scum Sentinel about how Broward isn't getting 50 cents from the Macarena there, that Wayne is fleecing all the money again and all the concessionaires and whoever else. So, it's just a question you want to ask yourself, do you want to go down that road again, or do you really care about really that much? You know what I'm saying? And so far, they don't. So far, it's only about a little bit less than
about 30, man.
% who are still wound up with that euphoria, and probably a little bit plastered. From all the big parties over the weekend, the celebrations, the big parades. Hey, we love the, Same damn people, let me say it again. And I noticed that Geldy this morning, lying again, 17,000. They did not average 17,000 a game. They averaged just a little over 16,000 a game. And if you took away the last month from that, it would be like more 11 and 12,000. When they had those gigantic crowds, when the front-running phonyism started and all those people started showing up because they could smell, oh, yeah, we want to be on this bandwagon. 27 past 11 at 560 WQM. Big news, Hallett Pontiac GMC has just been voted the #1 Pontiac GMC dealer in Dade County in customer satisfaction. Tom Lehman and Joe Prieto want to thank their loyal customers for their support, just like we want to thank them for their support on this show. Now through the weekend, take advantage of Neil deals on over 60. Now, wait a minute. Now, through the weekend, it says airs 1020 to 1024.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, Bob Eisenberg now wanting to be left out of the asshole parade at QAM in the sales department. This is last week's copy.
Right.
So now through last weekend, take advantage of Neil deals on over 60 GMC Envoys and Envoy XLs in stock. Buy an Envoy for, see, if Clarence is listening or Muff down in Key West, of course, he's useless anyway because he's out of touch. We've got a crisis in the sales department. Is that unusual?
No.
We got a crisis. Buy an Envoy for as low as $24,998 through last weekend. That's right, Envoys and Envoy XLs as low as $24,998 through last weekend. Save up to $5,000 with combined discounts and rebates or get 0% interest. Of course, Hallett's also got, as always, a phenomenal selection of certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, and your credit is never a problem when you do your vehicle shopping at Hallett because they want to cut you a deal. Great Neil deals every day. These or maybe some others, I don't know, because I have no real copy from Bob Eisenberg. At Hallett Pontiac GMC, 13401 South Dixie Highway. That's US 1 across from the Falls, open every day, 7 days a week. For more info, call the Neil Rogers Neil Deal Hotline. That's Neil at 1-888-534-4211. Or maybe just 1-888-534-4211. Don't forget all offers subject to credit approval. See our friends at Hallett for details and apologize on my behalf to them for Bob Eisenberg being such a putz. Hallett Pontiac GMC, unlike Bob, they are professional grade.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Do they sit and watch the TV with a finger up their butt? Whoa, I'd love to know what Christians do for fun. Read the Bible in the corner while fondling their nuts. Whoa, I'd love to know what Christians do for fun. Toast are white and tasty from the fast food they eat. Inhaling vats of macaroni and cheese. Cut holes in the bed sheet just in case they reproduce. That's just about all they're allowed to do. I'd love to know. Ooh, I'd love to know. Do they get a swollen pud while cleaning out their gun? Whoa, I'd love to know what Christians do for fun. Do they polish up the fish on the tailgate of their truck? Whoa, I'd love to know what Christians do for fun. Sit and stand and eat and sit back down again and chew. And wash it all down with a 12-pack of brew. Live a life of boredom, up to heaven you'll go. God only smiles upon boring assholes. I'd love to know. Yay, I'd love to know.
Now I'm wondering, and that would be a good poll question. It wouldn't take too long.
I'm not going to do that.
What do you think the reason is for the fires in California? Is it because God is pissed off with the Arnold business, or is it because Mo Howard David is coming to town?
Absolutely.
That might be it, because he's there right now. So let's hope the Mad Dog gets out okay, but maybe if Mo's weasel got caught on fire, something to think about. Here's a call from Dania. Hello.
Neil, welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back. We missed you.
Here I am.
Neil, I know you already know this, but I'm going to say this for the benefit of your listeners. Did you notice W and his administration went on an offensive to try to tell the American people what a great time was going on over in Iraq and how everything is going real well when we're winning
It's a party, man. Right.
Do you notice how he did that? And then Rumsfeld's memo comes out?
Right.
In which Rumsfeld...
Everything seems to be blowing up in their face lately. The only problem is the public doesn't give a crap.
But why... Don't you hate to be lied to, though? Isn't that like...
No, I work at QAM. I'm used to it.
Hey, by the way, when you were gone, Marion Oliphant was given 2 weeks to straighten everything up or they're going to can her out.
Oh, and I'm so glad you mentioned that. And
yes.
She sent out all these extra ballots.
Yes.
Nice going, Miriam.
Yeah, she's out the door. They're going to kick her out, Neil.
Don't hold your breath, man.
She's pretty grand, though. She said last time when they got her, the news people got her, she said, I ain't got time for you. I'm going to lunch, honey.
We could hire her to work in the traffic department.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, pal. Yeah. Talk about a militant bitch, Miriam Elephant, man. There are people who got a whole bunch of ballots. That sounds good to me. Well, and why not? That's the Florida effing way, isn't it, for every election now?
Sure.
How many times do you vote?
About 30, man.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And that's just if you're dead.
And now poor Jeb, he's between a crock and a hard place because now he's, he's itching to get her ass out of there, her dark ass out of there. Uh-oh. That may not fly so good, you know what? How could he have possibly won that last election? Of all the things, it's just mind-boggling to me. It wasn't even close. It was a runaway.
Yeah.
A landslide.
You know why.
Why is that? Was Catherine Harris counting the votes again? By the way, I hear she's on that plane. So here's a fax that says, I love this fax. Thank you, Andrew. This current book confirms that Greg Reed is a jackass.
Absolutely.
But continues to get away with it. This guy has got his thumb right on it. Even the shot at you. It says, as a frequent business traveler, I listen to sports stations all over the country. Well, see, like I said, this guy too. I mean,
sports hole.
Just the sports hole. WQM is the only station in the world that programs 45 minutes an hour of spots. Not on this show, they don't. This hour, the limit is 16. The Lixton. Don't forget, one in the pink, one in the stink. WQM is the only station that programs the many spots. Put Steve Goldstein and George Rodriguez on the air, spelled with a G. These guys may be topical and humorous, but it's impossible to get past the sound of their voices for 5 seconds. Now that's bad. That is bad that he puts, I mean, as terminal and monotone and mumbling as you are, to put you in a class with Geldy as far as voice?
Well, he's a sports hole. I'm considering the source.
Then he says, Tommy the Flaming Queen reading spots. He may be giving away $100 bills, but I can't push the button fast enough. That's a good poll that this guy just gave me. Thank you, Andrew. Who has the most annoying voice on QAM? Have we done that?
I don't think so.
Ferrall, Geldy, George, or Tommy? Tommy the Spot Man.
I think we still have Lenny on here every now and again.
But he's never around anymore. What happened to him?
I don't know. I see him around now and again.
Hires the retired New York Jets announcer, gives him the morning drive show, continually promotes engineer interns to on-air personalities. Who could he be talking about?
I don't know.
Like the Beast?
Not me.
He said personality. That leaves you out. This station is an embarrassment, but listeners don't know any better because they're stuck here. They're stuck here. All you people out there, you're stuck here. P.S. Let George do 10-2 for a year, then see what the book says. Note, did you see the Democratic debate last night?
No.
I was watching Skin on Fox, man. It says we're in a lot of trouble. So all I have to say in regard to this fax is...
We're number one! Damn it!
We're kicking ass because Greg's got a horseshoe up his ass. See, this Andrew guy, his intentions, I guess, are good, even though he hates you like poison. But he doesn't understand that we're blessed. We're just like South Florida. We're blessed. The Dolphins, the Marlins, the Hurricanes, the Panthers, who Scott tells me might actually win another game this month. Although the month's almost over. Let's see, who are they playing this week? Now, how come they're going back on the road again? What kind of a schedule is this, man? Gary Bettman needs to be put out to pasture. He's an idiot. The Panthers at the Flyers Wednesday.
Yeah, they were just up in the New York area. I don't know.
Yeah, what is this? What kind of a schedule is? They come back for one game, then they go to Atlanta, and now they're off for 2 days, and now they're going to Flyers on Wednesday. What a schedule, man.
They won't win at home again this month, that's for sure.
Panthers at Ottawa. Well, there's 2 losses for you right there. I don't want to sound negative because you know me, Mr. Negative, but I don't want to sound negatory, but there's 2 losses right there. Oh, and look at that. You got Joe Zagacki and Dave Gurgley on. I never look at that weekend schedule. Joe Zagacki and Dave Gurgley. Man, I think Andrew had a point. Oh. Except, of course, for ripping George an ass. We don't want to do that.
Why not?
No, now what about that thing? I agree with him. I said, let's let George do 10-2 for a year, then see what the book says. As long as my checks show up every 2 weeks, I think that's a great idea. What do you say? Yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely.
Let's let George do 10-2 for 1 year.
Only if we trade paychecks.
I will continue to travel the world. My checks will show up, and every now and then I might, like Jicka says, call in just out of amusement. Say, might fax you a poll ID or something like that. I would send it in on the email from Easy Internet Cafe.
Right. Is that all they do at that cafe?
Then we'll see what the numbers say. What do you say, huh?
Yes.
Let's take a poll on that right now before the break. Instant poll. Should we let George do the show for a year? 567-0560. No. Don't answer him. I'll do screenless.
Thank you.
567, right now. 0560 and then the pound 560 on the A&T. George for a year, and then we'll see what the ratings are at the end of the year. Give me a year
I'm gonna
off,
go get
pay
on
me
the
off.
phone.
Just imagine all the energy I'll have. Listen how energetic I am now just after vacation.
Watch how many voices I can do.
Can you imagine? WQAM, hello.
George for a year? Are you
That's
kidding
my buddy.
Are you kidding me?
Just a yes or no would do, pal, okay? I know you're very emotional about it, and you got your George blow-up doll there. You're probably humping right now. WQAM, hello.
Neil, no way.
Yes, sir.
Scott. Put Scott.
That was Scott doing a voice. Good job, Scott.
Thank you.
WQAM, hello.
want to leave George on for a whole year?
What do you say?
He's not bad. I like listening to him. You're both are pretty good.
So what do you think?
I would say, yeah.
What do you think? One in the pink and one in the stink. 19 till noon. Oh, that's Screw Ann, man. She has got such a sense of humor. I can't wait to read the chapters about
Roy.
Man. And, of course, what's his name?
Roy.
And his toy. What a boy. And,
yeah.
Goy. 18 till noon at 560 WQAM, although maybe Roy was Jewish. I don't know. I guess we'd have to find out. You first. You check. This thing with a copy situation, maybe the audience thinks that I'm joking, but I do have, even working 6 years at QM, just a little tiny bit of a conscience, and not much. But it's just a scandal. This ought to be on the front page of both local newspapers. I mean, the QM sales department is just, they've abandoned the ship. It's like Captain Queeg, man. They're like rolling their steel balls, searching for the strawberries or some other fruit. By the way, he's in Key West. And they just left us holding the ball here, holding our ass with both hands. Can you believe it?
I believe it.
Do you know what the date on this copy is? 7/7. And it's 10/27. Let me tell you about my good friends at Dry Concepts. I hope they're not pissed off at us because the copy is so freaking bad. It is so stale. Even last year's halava and matzah is fresher than the copy we get from the sales department. You guys are pathetic. It's not that you're doing a bad job. You're not doing any job. Get with it. Get off your arse, man. Troy Stratford, here's a bald-headed geek who's always bellyaching about his bad back and about this and that. In the meantime, all he did was inherit a bunch of plush accounts. He just sucks up the commission every month, and that's it. Doesn't lift a freaking finger. Oh, he's probably lifting them right now. Dry Concepts is the #1 carpet cleaning for a company for over 20 years. They've been cleaning my carpets over 20 years in my house, as you know. And they're the only company in the world that dry cleans your carpets, which separates the men from the boys. That's why they're the best. And now Dry Concepts offers you a chance to save 15% on your next carpet cleaning. Call them toll-free at 1-800-248-5071. Be sure to mention Troy Stratford when you call. They'll laugh their ass off. And ask them to put you on their standby list. Then Dry Concepts will call you next time they have an opening in their schedule. It's like when you fly standby. If you're available when they have an opening, you get the deal, and they'll knock 15% off the price to make it even better. So call Dry Concepts today for an unbeatable job. Your carpets will look and smell and feel just like brand new. They'll be lemony fresh, and they'll be dry in a couple of hours. You'll be a happy camper. And don't forget, they give you a guaranteed written price before they start the job. Here's the number to call again, 1-800-248-5071, or check them out on the Wicked World Wide Web at dryconcepts.com. I think at the end of all of the live spots from now on, until the sales department starts doing something, all I want to do is say, like Arnold, I apologize.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Lesbian.
All right.
Are you sure?
Young man, if you're feeling perplexed, I said, young man, want to date your own sex, I said, young man, here's what you must do next if you want to practice your faith, young man. There's a place you can chill, I said, young man, if you're a $3 bill, you can pray there, and then you may convert. They won't treat you like a pervert. It's fun to pray at the Episcopal Church. It's fun to pray at the Episcopal Church, yeah.
Oi!
Their new bishop's not straight, and there is no doubt he's 100% out. It's fun to pray at the Episcopal Church. It's fun to pray at the Episcopal Church, yeah. They do not persecute. You can worship in peace. You can marry a girl named Steve. Episcopal Church. It's fun to stay at the Episcopal Church, yeah. Young man, we will let you right in. Young man, we sing show tunes, not hymns.
11 till noon. Here's another pleasant fax from J.M., who, of course, doesn't have a real name, even a real phony one that he would sign on the fax. Dear Neil, you said the bullet train referendum would never pass. It did. How's that thing coming, by the way? Anybody riding it yet? Yeah. You said the half-penny increase in Dade sales tax would never pass. It did. I live in Broward. You say the Marlins won't get a new ballpark. They will. Now, when did I say that? Didn't I just get through saying a little while ago and several times during the show today that
was a
behind
done
the
deal.
scenes all the hands are being greased, the palms are being greased, all the wheels are turning behind the scenes, and no matter what the taxpayers of the public think, they'll find a way. It says there will be a public vote in Dade County concerning a new ballpark during the 2004 election. Well, you know what? Let me say it again. I live in Broward County.
When you do.
Right. Well, I mean, at least that's where I pay my taxes.
You're always talking about Dade County and shit.
But I live in Broward. Yeah, I'm sorry, too. And here's a poll topic for you, says JM, as a last parting shot. What are the chances of the Marlins renewing their broadcast contract with WQM? Oh, my God. Isn't that something? Don't you feel like we've been intimidated? We've been sufficiently warned that we better knuckle under and say all of the right things now?
I'd say the chances are 100%. What do you think?
I think that nobody else is going to be stupid enough to take it.
Right.
In addition to which, I don't even know when the Marlins contract is up, and nobody cares. The fact that we're playing those promos on there now, patting ourselves on the back, all of the games were broadcast, on the flagship station, and playing highlights from Dave Van Boring. Even Jim Sarney, who is as boring as vanilla pudding, even he, I noticed a few days ago, took a shot, I think it was last week, in his Friday column, and made a comment about the great call by Boog Shambi on a game-winning home run by Alex Gonzalez. What day was that? That was Game 5?
Yeah.
Scott? The 11th inning home run and Alex Gonzalez to win the game. Well, at any rate, whatever day it was, and Sarney writes, it was a wonderful call. Can you imagine the call if it would have been the vanilla, or whatever adjective he used, the vanilla calls of Dave Van Boring's up, and away? Yeah. Good point, Sarney. It's about time you said something. Playing highlights by Dave Van Boring. This man is so coma-inducing, so terminal, it's a disgrace. They should have just tossed him off to the side, paid him off to go away, and let Bookster do the whole game during the playoffs and the series. Am I right about that?
Yes. Absolutely.
Everybody knows that. Even George knows that.
What?
About Bookster.
Oh, yeah, Boog.
Boog's an outstanding broadcaster.
Yes, he is. And a good
we
guy.
like him a lot, too. He doesn't wear a bad hairpiece. He doesn't have a hot wife, either.
Lost all that weight.
Lost all the weight and kept it off. See, I get accused of being Mr. Negative, but just like this fax, the tone of it. You people in Dade County, you voted for the Metro Rail, too. How's that coming, huh? Oh, that's looking really good. I mean, they can snooker you one way or the other. All they got to do is give free passes out to the cockfights, and that's about all it takes in Dade County. Who the hell are you people kidding, huh? All the palms are being greased in all the right places, which is why we'll be on a ballot. And by the way, if it is on a ballot, the verdict will be no. If that's the only way that they think they're going to put it off, to put it to a public referendum, it ain't going to pass. There are two chances, none and much, much, much less than none. You can bet your life on that, JM. Oh, guess what, JM? That must have been.
All right.
He's off today. See, he's home writing faxes. Mad Dog's off today. We got Joe Rose at 2. Oh, I always chuckle when Joe is on. You want to know why?
Why's that?
Because I know that during part of his show he's going to talk about...
Howard from Boca.
Yeah, he's going to say, take a shot. The Humper will be on between 4 and 5. Another tough assignment for Hank today because we got a Dolphin game. Oh, we are so sports intensive now it's nauseating. 5 o'clock, we start the 4 hours of pregame insanity so we can cram in not 45, but about 55 minutes of spots each hour for Andrew, who's upset that we played too many spots. Dolphins count down to kickoff at 5, and then kickoff at 9. The Dolphins at another girls' team, San Diego Chargers. What kind of a schedule is this they got this year, huh?
There was a change. I just got a call.
What is that?
Joe Rose from 2 to 5 today.
Oh!
How about that?
Joe Rose 2 to 5, not 2 to 4, because they're not going to have the Humper come in for 1 hour. A guy of his stature and size don't come waddling in for one stinking hour. So 2 to 5, you get 3 hours of Joe. You should have plenty of chance to talk about Mo, am I right?
Absolutely.
Sure. To rip him an ass. Nice going, Joe. We love you, baby. So Joe Rose, you get 3 hours of the little dog, and then you got the countdown to kickoff. Dolphins at the Chargers at 9 as they play another Weak Sisters of the Blind. Dolphin Point after 11, so we have 2 hours of postgame, and then Joe and Mark 1 till 5 a.m. because we're not going to bring in Eddie K for 1 hour either, huh? No.
Right.
So that's the schedule. Congratulations to Joe and Mark. Didn't I tell you that show of theirs was really kicking ass? Did I tell you that?
No. Every day.
A 7-point something. What did they have overnight? 7.7? Whatever it was. They had a big number in there. 1 to 5 a.m., 7 points. And I think they had a 7.4 or something. Whatever it was. There was a big number in there. It was a real strong QAM book, and all the men in town were listening to us, including the ones that are sending these faxes. Oh, you say this and you say that, but you're listening meantime. And this guy's going back years ago. So here this guy is sending me faxes about stuff I said how many years ago?
About 30, man.
Yeah. And he's still listening. That's what counts, okay? Because we're still kicking ass. We're still number one. We're still raking in the bucks with or without the Marlins. You know what it reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me of that business with Donna Shalala and that crap with the billboards about we've got balls, you know? And again, it was all stirred up by the same one agitator out there, the Agent Provocateur. Oh, well, you'll see the Hurricanes aren't going to re-sign with QAM because they're going to be pissed off at these things that you say, Neil, and about the Hurricanes and about those billboards. And guess what? What station did they re-sign with? WQAM, okay? Am I right? You are...
Absolutely correct, sir.
Got my thumb right on it now.
You were right, 7-4.
Yeah, 7-4. Hey, don't mess with me on those numbers, man. I may not know much else. I'm like Ronnie. I know 3 numbers, 666. What's your take? Here's the last shot, and then we'll change the pool, because we don't want to get JM upset. What's your take on a new stadium for the world champion Marlins? 433 votes in an hour and a half. That's pretty heavy duty, George. None of my tax dollars will build it. 201, 46.4%. And you want to know why I can vote for that? Because I live in Broward, not in Dade, but in Broward. I mean, we may be stupid in Broward, but not that stupid.
No.
Let's do it. They deserve it. 130. You know what percent that is?
About 30, man.
Exactly 30%. Right on the money. Nice going. I don't give a crap about it. 64. And it was great, but goodbye Marlins, 38, 8.7% say enough already. Oh, look at this, some new copy. Look at that from Fat Boy. You are such a... I'm telling you, this sales department, they need to be in prison. There are people on death row for lesser crimes than they've committed to our fine clients who are spending their hard-earned money trying to get some response. Oh, look at this. Survey shows big support for Rush. In a survey of Rush Limbaugh's audience conducted for Critical Mass Media by Burke Incorporated, more than 9 out of 10 listeners said that news of Limbaugh's drug dependency had not diminished their regard for him.
Keep reading.
Indeed, 22% of those questions said they had gained respect for Rush because of the way he's handling his problems, while only 8% said they had less. And overwhelmed... Oh, here comes the best part. As Senator John McCain might say, Critical Mass Media, like the NAB, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Clear Channel Communications, which also just happens to syndicate Rush via its premier radio networks, okay?
Yeah.
So that is kind of sounds to me like the Florida election. Like maybe a little bit suspect, perhaps. As in that and 30 cents. We'll buy about a half a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Anyway, here's poll number 2 before we do the break. How much did the World Series win by the Marlins impact your interest in the team? Let's have honest answers now. I know that's a lot to ask. How much did the World Series win by the Marlins impact your interest in the team? Here's your 4 choices. Tons. I'm a real fan now. Some, but I've been a fan. A bit. I watched some or all of the games. And not at all. I still don't give a schmidt about them. There you go. There's the second poll. Let's separate the men from the goyim now, including that JM out there. What do you say, JM, huh? We love the Marlins. In fact, JM, since you're such a big shot and you're so enthused and gung-ho, you dig in your pockets and you build a goddamn stadium. How do you like that?
Oh, he will, with glee.
That's right. You put your wife out there in the street corner with screw-in, 30 cents a shot, huh? Hummers on the street corners. Oops. 3 minutes till noon at QAM. If you're looking to replace that really tired old carpeting in your home, let me tell you about Laminates R Us. They're the easy, the smart, the low-maintenance alternative to natural wood flooring. Laminates R Us is the best, the smartest place for you to find laminated wood flooring from the top names in the universe. They got them all. They got Peridor, Pergo, Wilsonart, Uniflor, Quickstep, and all of Laminates R Us flooring is installed by Pergo-certified installers, too. Here's another reason why you'd be calling Laminates R Us. Their prices are so low. See, I'm out of practice, George. Their prices are so low.
How low are they?
Huh? They'll probably floor you. Right now, get their fall special for just $1,495. Just $1,495 gets you up to 295 square feet of beautiful laminate wood flooring, which is positively unbeatable. And Laminates R Us will match any legitimate written offer to prove to you just how unbeatable they are. For a free in-home estimate, call Laminates R Us toll-free and tell them that cranky, crusty old negative Neil told you to call 1-877-777-3336. What could be easier? Free carpet disposal, free furniture moving, a 25-year warranty, and years of beautiful, easy care laminate wood flooring. Call Laminates R Us toll-free today at 1-877-777-3336.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
This is Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
slip slide into court. Slip slide into court. They think their product has been slandered and so they're slip slide into court. David Spade has a film. It's called Dickie Roberts. It shows him skidding on a slip and slide until it hurts. And when the lawyers saw that, it filled them with joy. It's not every day you get to sue on behalf of a water toy. Slip slide into court. They're filing a tort. You know that Guemo is PO'd and now they're slip slide into court. Slip slide into court. It's a new water sport. Another frivolous lawsuit is gonna slip slide into court. Slip slide into court.
1203 at 560. We can change the poll now, Eric. We had 454 votes. 29 point. No, now they actually goosed it up again there at the end, right around 30.
About 30, man.
30.1% said, let's do it. Let's build that stadium for the Marlins. They deserve it. There was some phony votes there right at the end. You notice that?
Yeah.
Because 134, like 3 of the last 4 votes. That was JM probably and his buddies piling on. And they're the last ones. They probably live in Broward. They probably live like right over the county line in Miramar, somewhere like that. Won't pay a dime out of their pocket. Oh, you people in Dade County, build a new stadium. We'll come there. Got any free tickets, Neil? Now, how come we don't have any calls on the board? I thought this was Marlins Celebration Monday on QAM, wasn't it?
No, this was Instant Poll, you said.
The George thing?
Yeah.
Well, that's over with. The answer was no.
Okay.
You want to continue? You just don't want to answer the phone. No, you can do screenless the rest of the day. I don't
There's
care.
no calls up.
Well, let's do screenless with no calls. Here you go. Here's one of them. Well, what the hell is that? QAM. What does that sound? I don't hear
you got
any.
somebody right when they were calling.
QAM. Hola. There's nobody there.
I don't see
somebody.
a dot.
WQAM. Hello.
The Marlins blow.
Yeah, blow this, okay, New Yorker, New York asshole. Now you understand why New York won the poll that George took on Friday, hands down. You can smell them 100 miles away, man, just like this last guy. How the Mets doing, by the way, huh? They're doing really. How about the Jets? They're really hot. Giants won a game yesterday. Did you see that, Scott? The Giants pounded Minnesota right there in
they were unbeaten.
Huh?
The Minnesota Vikings were undefeated coming into the game.
29-17, if my memory is correct, with 2 late touchdowns and kicked their ass. That's bad news. Because that quarterback, what the hell's his name? Kerry Collins?
Yeah.
Crybaby. Cries a lot. He reminds me of our operations manager of Muff Lindsay. Cries a lot. Although I don't think he spends any time in Key West. Muff Lindsay, if anybody's looking for Muff, Muff is in Key West at Fantasy Fest. He's having a gay time.
Duff, get off this instant.
A wonderful time. And every time you play that.
Duff, get off this instant.
He probably is, you know? Because he takes his vitamins. 5670560. Come on, let's hear it for those Marlins. What an ungrateful bunch of bastards, man. And didn't I say all during the playoffs that it was good for the community, that I was glad, even though I wasn't going to be a fronting fan, phony, that at least I thought it was something positive in an area otherwise bashed and bathed in negativity? Isn't that what I said?
Yep.
Sure, I did.
Yes.
And then, but I just don't want to be phony enough to say, hey, let's get gung-ho now. Let's run a campaign to get this stadium, because that's bullcrap. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ludicrous, and it's unacceptable. Oh, there's the new poll. Let's see. How much did the World Series, what am I going to vote on here? No, a bit. I watched some or all of the game. There was like little tiny, couple of pitches here, an inning there. So I'll be generous. I'll vote for that one. A bit. I watched some or all of the game.
Well,
Didn't make me into a real fan. I was having. Oh, and that one anti-Semitic fax you sent me. Why did you even waste your time? Or did you write it?
Yeah, right.
Did you write it?
No, Jew.
WQAM.
Hi, I wanted to place an order for delivery.
You want to say one?
Hello?
What is it? Oh, man. What a ball of fire. It's South Florida, baby. The town is on fire. Everybody thinks it's California that's on fire. It's South Florida. They're flaming, man. You can hear it in these calls, the enthusiasm, the excitement. It's beyond belief. All we get are a bunch of sarcastic faxes, and hostility because it's
blaming.
That's South Florida for you. Well, look at they're blowing a lot of smoke out there in San Diego. State of destruction.
Maybe they're
You see
picking
how
up hope.
God works in mysterious ways, just like Pat Robertson said. He's got the whole state on fire now because of Arnold, the Terminator. He's going to terminate California. Man, talk about crispy critters. Let's see, here's one. Dear Curmudgeon, during your brief vacation, George and Suds did a brilliant job of keeping us stimulated and entertained. Now we're in the midst of a 2-day celebration here in our beloved South Florida because of our Marlins' wonderful victory over the soulless Yankees. Is it too much to ask you show a little joy for us? We have so little to be happy for down here in our third world situation, while you bask in the resort town of Toronto. Oh, this is a resort town? That's a good one. We eke out our meager existence here. So let us express joy for our baseball team. A phony fax here, Alfonso from Lighthouse Point. It's only till tomorrow, then we can forget they exist till next summer, providing they're winning. Well, see, at least he got back to honesty there in the end. As long as they're winning, then a few people stay on the bandwagon. If by some chance they wind up not being able to, re-sign a lot of these high-priced players like Fudge, Miss Drudge, well, and then if the team should go into Schmidt House, then all of a sudden they'll hop off the bandwagon just like they have over and over again. The excuse being, oh, well, they broke up the team, they did this, or they lost a couple of games. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'll tell you about what's ridiculous. I should ask, don't let me forget to ask Ferrall tomorrow, because he broadcast the Thrasher games for, one season, I think?
Yeah.
Now, you know that they're off to this tremendous start in spite of the business with Heatley and Dan Snyder getting killed. But they're off to a phenomenal start. In fact, they finally lost their first game to the Panthers, no less, 3-2 the other night. Now, I watched a little bit of that game Saturday with the Rim Man, and I'm going to tell you something. There was nobody there. The box score said it was 16,000 people there. I think they had the 16 part right, but not the 1,000.
In Atlanta?
There was nobody. You talk about a horseball sports town, man. Atlanta is one of the worst. The Braves don't even sell out the playoff games because, well, we know they're going to choke, What is that? That is one of the worst freaking sports towns. So even though the Thrashers have got a really exciting young team and off to a really good start, there is nobody at those games there. Did you see any of it?
Yes, I did.
And am I right?
You are correct, sir.
It was frightening. If there was 5,000 people there, that was a lot. Maybe they counted them each 3.5 times.
We had about 12,000 for the Wild game.
Yeah. What do you want, a medal?
15,000 reported. Yeah, it was a pretty full house.
And there was no ball game. What do you mean? What do you mean it was a pretty full house? This place seats 19,000. 12,000 a full house now? Plus, how many of those were paid tickets? How many were actually paid to get in?
About 30, man.
If that.
Okay, here's the early result on our, this is the important poll. The other one, they'll slide it through. You'll see. Just like they did the arena in Broward. 33 votes. How much did the World Series wins by the Marlins impact your interest on the team? A bit. I watched some or all of the games, 16. Tons. I'm a real fan now, 6. We believe you. Not at all. I still don't give a Schmidt about him, 6. And some, but I've been a fan all along, 5. There you go. That's the lay of the land. 5670560, and I'm saying, you call up and congratulate the team, Jack McKeon, the Josh Beckett, big fat ass Pudge Rodriguez, all of these guys. Alex Gonzalez, Rodriguez, Gonzalez, Martinez, and sounds like a goddamn mafia, a bunch of mafia Cuban hitmen, is what it sounds like.
They are.
Sounds like the scene from Scarface. WQAM.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Is this Neil?
Sounds like me.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Let me say it again. Pretty good.
Great. 2 things. All the people who are saying bad things about the Marlins and not getting stadium are all disgruntled Yankee fans.
Yeah.
And second, go Yankees. Go Marlins.
All right. Oh, we're on a roll now, baby. Yeah. 5670560, pound 560. Man, talk about the gang that couldn't shoot straight. Oh, no, actually they do that. Well, they don't always kill who they're aiming for, but they wind up killing somebody. Pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Don't forget our Best of Neil on our website, on neilrogers.com. CDs, cassettes, and we were starting to talk. This is the 3rd time we're going to try to do it.
Let's try it again.
About the coasters and whatever else. What we got on there?
T-shirts,
Cups?
mouse pads, refrigerator magnets, you name it.
Some pretty nifty stuff from what I understand.
And the travel mugs are like the aluminum kind, really nice. With the picture of the album on it, of course.
Right. So let's get with it. What are you folks waiting for, man? We got about $35,000. And we need lots more than that to satisfy me. I'll guarantee you that. We need to get, if we don't get at least 50 this year, it's going to be a disaster.
Oh, we'll get 50.
We will?
Oh, yeah.
We got November, December.
Scott
we
has
got
to cut the check.
We
We'll get
actually
50.
we don't have any deadline. We got until whatever, till we feel like we got enough. I'm still waiting for those checks to come pouring in from my colleagues there for Abandoned Pet Rescue. How about a check from Greg? That would be nice. In response to that great book that we just gave him, that would certainly be nice. Here's a guy that's got more money than God, more money than Buddha and Jesus all put together. What?
At the ratings party, he's going to come out with one of those giant, oversized checks like the Publishers Clearinghouse ones.
Right. 12:13 at 560 WQM. He must be a dog lover.
Greg?
Yeah. Aren't there a lot of tantalizing lines that go with that? Don't forget Scoran's autobiography, by the way, comes out
We lost
Wednesday.
the connection.
Hey, imagine zero closing costs, zero application fees, zero credit bureau fees, zero discounted points. It's the last mortgage you'll ever need. The revolutionary Only One Mortgage from Financial Group, now with an interest rate of just 1.95%. That's only $738 a month if you have a $200,000 loan. Once you refinance or get you a new home mortgage from Financial Group, you'll never pay closing costs again. Call 1-800-940-LEND. Grab real financing power with a low-rate mortgage. You can move to your next property without further cost or expense. Only One Mortgage from Financial Group is the way to go. Call 1-800-940-LEND. There's no obligation to give you all the details. It's a whole new way to buy. Zero underwriting fees, zero document fees, zero prepayment penalty, zero closing cost, even when you move to another property. So get yourself financing at just 1.95%. Call 1-800-940-LEND and never, ever, never pay closing costs again. Call them today, toll-free, 1-800-940-LEND, Equal Housing Lender. Restrictions apply. Rates subject to change monthly. 5.19 APR.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
The Marlins, the Florida Marlins.
Sometimes, if you have a problem, it helps to talk to people who have overcome the same problem.
Hi, my name is Sally, and I'm still interested in J-Lo and Ben.
That's why there's Bennifer Anonymous, a support group for those tormented souls crippled by their addiction to the celebrity couple the rest of the world has finally stopped caring about.
Every day, I wake up wondering, are they broken up? Is the wedding on or off? What is the answer?
Does anyone know the answer to Sally's question?
Yeah, I do. It's who gives a crap?
At Bennifer Anonymous, we know you're bombarded with temptation from media outlets hell-bent to fuel your unhealthy obsession.
Today, I made a breakthrough. I learned that there's a war in Iraq and a prolonged economic slump.
Very good, Sally.
I'm not sure how these things will affect Jennifer and Ben.
Intervention! Intervention, guys! Get over here!
No matter the severity of your Bennifer addiction, Bennifer Anonymous can get you the help you so desperately need.
All Bennifer Anonymous meetings are held in quiet, private locations with no one else around. In movie theaters that are still showing Geely.
The Florida Marlins. On Sports Radio 560 WQAM.
Okay, is that enough of those or not?
No, one more.
The Florida Marlins. On Sports Radio 560 WQAM.
12:19 at 5.
Florida Marlins.
All right.
On Sports Radio 560 WQAM.
Come on, Neil, jump on that bandwagon. Put on a phony act for us. Pretend that you're all excited and thrilled and jumping up and down and doing a Kazatsky in your pants. Come on, do it. You can do it. Poop your pants a couple of times just to make everybody all excited. That sounded like something else. 5670560, pound 560, not that excited.
That's what I was just doing.
Pound 560, or just like George is doing, pound something else on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Come on, let's get some enthusiasm out of that data. I remember back in the playoffs one day we did the same thing, and it was the same response. I say, go Marlins. He was good.
Yeah.
El Retardo. Maybe he can be the mascot next year. Or maybe he can call the games instead of Dave Van Boring. WQAM.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
How you doing, Pally?
Same old crap. Same old crap. What's going on, Neil? What you been up to?
What can we do for you, sir?
Yeah, I thought Saturday, Fidel, went down because they were going crazy over there in 8th Street in Hialeah. They had the old ladies hanging out the back of the Navigator with the pots and pans. I thought, Castro went down, Neil.
Yeah. Castro does go down, that's what I'm hearing. On Bush. 5670560. A lot.
He goes
Pound
both ways, huh?
560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. To hell with Fidel. You see, that must have been Miguel doing a voice, you know what? And you notice this time, Dan LeBastard, because last time I checked, Josh Beckett was just an Anglo guy, you know?
Yeah.
Just an ordinary one of those white, pasty Anglo kids. He's not like Levon. So Dan LeBastard can't write, we won the World Series. Not the Marlins, but we, the Cubans, won the World Series. Not this time, Dan. Sorry, Danny boy. Good old cracker. WQAM.
I think the best thing about the Marlins winning was seeing all those New Yorker Jews. Ah!
Thank God there's no old Jews in South Florida.
Oi!
He's the one that sent that fax that you sent me.
Must have been.
Yeah. And George Steinbrenner, by the way, hate to break the news to you, ain't Jewish. Thank God, we got enough problems. WQAM.
Cleveland's a girls' team.
WQAM.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, welcome back, first of all.
Thank you so much.
I want to let you know also that George and Scott did a great job while you were gone.
George and Scott. I know Scott's getting a lot of mentions here. He must have actually said something.
So they actually make a good team.
Oh.
But, no,
So what do you think? How about George for the next year while I just take the paychecks? What do you say?
No, 3 months. 3 months at least.
Okay.
Okay.
Starting tomorrow.
Neil, I'm sorry about Ronald Reagan. Did you ever notice Ronald Wilson Reagan? 6 initials. 6.
Oi!
Wow.
I mean, what can you say? But it's been evident. I mean, even in the middle of his term, you could tell that he was already losing it. I don't know if you remember the '84 debate, the debate against Mondale.
Yeah.
At the very end of the second one, he just went off into La La Land. He was talking about driving along the coast or something, and I mean, you could see him just like drift off, and then.
But you knew that he didn't have much left because when they said that he didn't fall down, he managed to get through the whole thing without falling down. He was still standing at the end, therefore he won the debate.
Well, yeah, exactly. Hey, one last thing also. As this new movie is coming up, if anybody wants to get the real lowdown on Nancy Reagan about her background, about how she's nice, her father, her birth father and everything, Kitty Kelly's unauthorized biography, just called Nancy Reagan, by Kitty Kelly.
Okay.
It's very good. I really recommend it.
Okay, thanks, Pally.
Thanks, Neil.
Have a great day. Wasn't she the devil with a red dress?
Oh, yeah.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. We are hearing enthusiasm about that Marlin World Series victory, the likes of which is almost impossible to believe, isn't it? Now, is that line 1? Is there something wrong with that line?
Yeah, remember you went to it and there was nobody there.
Yeah, I think it's Dave. WQAM.
Yeah, hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention back during Game 4 or 5 of the series when they had the rain delay.
Right.
Well, after they started playing again, he looked in the stands and there was nobody there. Where'd they all go?
Where'd they all go?
Yeah,
Miguel says that's crap and a lie. That's a low
Miguel
down
said you're full of crap. Well, what the hell does Miguel know? No, a lot of people did go, but they didn't leave. They just went underneath to get Gimme Shelter. Weren't they playing Gimme Shelter on the PA? Yeah. See, all this negativity, I'm the one that gets accused all the time. Well, how come you can't be more enthusiastic and help be the Pied Piper for the big parade? In the meantime, I'm not hearing any enthusiasm. I don't hear any excitement. I hear like something good just finally happened in the middle of that cesspool. All I'm hearing is all this negativity, just a hostile, as usual. So nothing has changed, like you told me before the show. I said, what did I miss? You said nothing has changed. Same old crap.
There you go. I just opened up
window. It sounds like party time. Crap. That sounds like the QM big party. It's going to be held in Pembroke Pines on
That's
Tuesday.
right out here in the street.
Yeah, it's right out there.
Crap.
No, out in the street, that's where Scran is servicing all the clientele. She's down to 20 cents, by the way, 20 cents a pop. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Yeah, let me press line 1 and see what look at that. It doesn't even do anything.
He stayed.
Well, what happens when you press it? No, seriously, has anything happened?
No.
It's Dade. Oh my God, it sounds like another engineering debacle.
Oh my God. That should be our biggest
QAM.
problem.
I think that guy Andrew had a point. WQAM, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Pretty good.
Is this Neil?
Sounds like Neil.
Hey, Neil, how are you? This is Trent. I'm from Windsor, and I've been down here 2 years now, and I'm sick and tired of this baseball talk. Let's talk about a real sport. Let's talk about the Maple Leafs, would you please?
Okay.
I'm tired of these fans down here. They win 2 championships in 7 years. We don't win a championship since I've been born. I'm 35. I've never seen the Leafs raise a cup, but I've been to about 100 games, and every game I've been to is sold out. This town has no passion. So why are we talking about a sport they don't care about?
Exactly. Well, then let's not, exactly, so cut it out. Oh, he just ended that call real fast. If you think baseball don't have any fans in South Florida, hockey, I mean, you're talking
About 30, man.
foreign language. You're talking a different planet.
Okay.
The community is in one place, and you're on Uranus. Forget about that. Hockey, like I said, it's like a foreign language in South Florida. I have no. There are certain teams in the NHL that have no business being existing. One of them is the Panthers. One of them is the Buffalo Sabres. Another is the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the other one's the Atlanta Thrashers. As good as they are, because nobody shows up. Those teams, there's no reason for them to exist. Did I mention anyone that I was wrong about?
Forgot the Calgary Flames.
The Calgary Flames, but it's Canadian, eh? They got to it's an ego thing. They keep hanging on. They know they're not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to contend, but they got to hang on because it's Canadian. They already lost Quebec and Winnipeg, eh? And for a while there, Vancouver was like on shaky ice too for a little bit.
Well, Calgary came from Atlanta.
That's right. They used to be the Atlanta Flames, then they were the Calgary Flames, and now they're the Calgary on the way out of business Flames. Well, that's what the people wanted. They wanted parody. That's what they got. Mediocre crap. I got the NFL package. I'm flipping yesterday. I mean, the Patriot game puts you into a coma, the Patriots and the Browns, and with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 games, which there were the Steelers and the Rams, right? That was a good game.
Yeah, it was a shoot 'em out.
What else was a good game? There was 2 or 3 others. The Seattle got bushwhacked there at the end. Who the hell did they play? The
Cincinnati.
Seahawks. So by the Bengals of all people, right?
How about that?
Took it right up the old butt. Oh, it was so pleasing for me to watch, even though the Patriots didn't play well and it was a terminal game, to watch Butch Davis there on the sideline. You talk about a drooling redneck, man. Butch Davis, the UM factor, right down the crapper. Nice going, Butch. You suck. 27 past noon at 5:60. And you notice how good Seattle is after Dennis, what's his name? Dennis, give me another beer. That's Erickson. Leif Erickson, remember that?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Seattle, put together a real team with old Cheesehead. Hey, if you're underpaid and overworked like poor Scott, and we're getting quite tired of hearing about it too, by the way, Scott, maybe you'd like a new high-paying career, but you don't have 4 years to waste in college. If this sounds like you, we have your solution. Pick up the phone and call Fast Train at 866-FAST-TRAIN. That's what our friend Todd Dreck, our former friend, tells you to do. Fast Train can have you trained and certified for a high-paying computer network professional career or a high-paying medical computer specialist in as little as 4 months. That's correct. You can be fully trained and ready for a great new career and a big, fat paycheck that goes along with it in as little as 4 months. Fast Train offers day, evening, and weekend classes. They offer you job placement assistance and financial aid to people who qualify. And with 6 convenient locations, including 4 in South Florida, there is bound to be a Fast Train nearby your ass. So pick up the phone and call Fast Train right now, toll-free. Check them out on the web first if you like at fasttrain.com, and then call them toll-free at 866-FAST-TRAIN. And in a couple of minutes, Todd Dreck's going to come in and sing the Fast Train jingle for us.
We're Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Will Smith stars as Muhammad Ali McBeal because he says he could play anything, with Don Cheadle as Howard Cosell.
Blade drops his shorts as he puts this thing over the ropes. I hate me. So as a lesbian, I float like a butterfly, because that's what I be.
Isn't he the greatest? Well, he thinks he is.
I like black guys, sometimes white teeth, and I look like the frog you find up in the tree.
Yes, Martin Lawrence, Will Smith portrays Ali from his glory days to today.
Be squirrel.
This be the Muhammad Ali McBeal soundtrack. That be $14.99 plus tax.
12:33. I'm going to go out and get one right now at 560 WQM. The little dog, Joe Rose for the Mad Dog. And, of course, we should have known the Mad Dog ain't going to be on today because he's in San Diego. I got laryngitis already just getting from screaming for the Chargers. Padres, Chargers. San Diego, there's another city that shouldn't have any sports teams, right?
If you say so.
They got a hockey team?
No.
Basketball team? Basketball team, Scott? San Diego?
They used to have one.
They got one now? NBA?
No, they don't.
No. And the Chargers and the Padres, they're interchangeable if you ask me. They're like two stiffs. I mean, 84, so the Padres won, and they went to the World Series, and that's it. Big deal.
They went 98.
I think they're a crock. Shouldn't have said that. Joan Kroc just died. Ray Kroc's wife just died. Here's a fax from Alex who says, hey, Neil, aren't we blessed here in South Florida? We have the Hurricanes kicking ass. Dolphins are competing for a playoff spot and play a girls' team tonight. The Marlins won the World Series. And finally, we have Mo Howard-David in, We have Mo Howard-David in the morning. We're truly blessed. Thanks, Neil. You're right, Alex. We're blessed in South Florida. I'm so glad to be a part of it. 5670560. Let me do the Robert Kardashian story, okay, from the Inquirer. Good. A couple of good stories, and I'm glad that I left this laying around here, otherwise I would have Schmidt canned it. This was the Inquirer that had the follow-up on Rush. Remember that we had certain people, I don't want to mention no names, in the building who were denying, oh, that's the Inquirer, that couldn't possibly be right. All that business about Rush doing drugs. Remember that?
No, I forgot all about it.
But I converted Ferrall. He's an Inquirer disciple now. He's probably subscribing to it, probably paying for it. O.J. Simpson, now see, I take exception. I want to make sure I separate myself from this first paragraph. I don't like the way the Inquirer handled this story. The first paragraph especially. O.J. Simpson brazenly confessed to his lawyer and former best friend Robert Kardashian that he brutally murdered his ex-wife Nicole Brown and her friend Ron Goldman. The Inquirer has learned exclusively, to which I would say, no. I mean, you can interpret that from the rest of the story, which I will pass along, but that's not what he said. Did I do a good disclaimer there, I think?
Yes.
That's the blockbuster secret Kardashian nearly took to his grave when he died at age 59, September 30th, 8 weeks after being diagnosed with cancer of the esophagus. Sources say O.J. made the shocking admission after the Inquirer tracked down and published a bombshell photograph of the fallen football hero wearing a pair of Bruno Magli shoes that matched prints found at the crime scene.
Those ugly-ass shoes?
We'll get to that. It says ugly ass in here. Oh. O.J. had told Kardashian he never owned a pair of the ugly-ass shoes. After the photo surfaced, the lawyer demanded that his friend tell him the truth. O.J. laughed and told him, I don't own those shoes anymore. Got that?
Got it.
I don't own those shoes anymore. According to the source, Kardashian was floored. It was like someone had punched him in the gut. He had been a patsy for O.J. He realized O.J. had been lying to him for years. From that moment on, the two men were no longer friends. Damn it. Kardashian, who met Simpson in 1969, had been the former NFL star's staunchest defender in the days right after Nicole and Goldman murders on June 12, 1994. Kardashian had been on the phone with A.C. Cowlings during O.J.'s freeway chase in the white Bronco. He read O.J.'s bizarre suicide letter on TV before his arrest, and he took O.J.'s luggage out of the Rockingham estate when the Simpson returned from Chicago, implicating himself as a possible accomplice in the murders. O.J. called him the best friend a guy could ever have. But that changed in 1996 after the Inquirer uncovered the photo of Simpson wearing Bruno Magli's at a Buffalo Bills game. The rare shoes were the Lorenzo model. I wonder if that's Rod Lorenzo. The Lorenzo model, or maybe Lorenzo Lamas, you think?
Maybe.
With distinct Silga soles, the same sole pattern left in bloody tracks around Nicole Brown's body outside her Brentwood apartment. Sounds like another one of those strange, unfortunate coincidences for O.J., if you ask me. The evidence led to O.J. being found liable for the deaths in the 1997 civil trial. Bob went to O.J. with the photo and demanded, so I thought you never owned a pair of these shoes, the source revealed. O.J. said he tried to brush off Kardashian with a laugh, but it only made Bob angry. Finally, O.J. blurted out, I don't own those shoes anymore. All right, Bob, you satisfied? You get it? I don't have them anymore. So when I said I didn't own those ugly-ass shoes, I meant it. I don't have them anymore. Well, O.J. said Bob was stunned, and it was clear that he finally believed that O.J. did it and came as close as he ever would to actually confessing to the murders. I see you're soaking in your shoes? You're soaking in it?
Like the blood soaking into his shoes?
No, seriously, take that paragraph and then think back to the first one. So you see that the first paragraph was misleading in terms of what he actually said, but he might as well have said it, you know?
Right.
While Kardashian never publicly revealed O.J.'s confession, he did tell Barbara Walters in a 96 interview that he doubted his former friend's innocence. When Kardashian died last month, O.J. was in Shreveport, Louisiana, with girlfriend Christy Prody. He barely reacted to the news. The source said, O.J. just said, it's too bad he was once my friend. Kardashian's passing came just 6 weeks after marrying girlfriend Ellen Pearson. His previous wife, Kris, later married Olympic decathlon champ Bruce Jenner. You know who she is.
Yes.
She and Kardashian's 4 children were with him at his Encino, California home when he died. His death was shocking, a pal told the Inquirer. Over the summer, he had taken a vacation in Italy, had fallen in love again with lovely Ellen, an L.A. mortgage broker, and he had a very successful business creating songs that play before films and movie theaters. Nicole's sister, Denise Brown, expressed her sympathy in an exclusive Inquirer interview, but she said it was too bad that he hadn't come forward. While I feel sorry for Kardashian's kids who've lost their father, Robert never came out and said that O.J. was guilty of murdering my sister and Ron Goldman, she said. I guess it's better late than never, but I wish Bob would have questioned O.J.'s innocence during the trial instead of after he was acquitted. She said, I hope that Johnny Cochran and Robert Shapiro and the rest of the Dream Team will eventually come around and publicly speak the truth, but I'm not holding my breath. Everybody inhale right now. Okay? So there's the deal with O.J. and Denise, and it just never goes away, you know. That's one thing that will never die.
No, not until he does.
Especially in South Florida. Another black mark. And see, Neil, there you have to go again. Peeing on our parade. We're having this big parade for the Marlins. They won the World Series. They beat the hated Yankees and George Steinbrenner, that Jew bastard from New York, even though he ain't. And in the meantime, you're peeing on our parade by rehashing all this ugly O.J. stuff. And you know what?
Too bad.
I apologize.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
You get a lot of business. Neil Rogers on Sports Hole Radio WQAM.
Eat at Mickey D's.
It's Justin Timberlake for McDonald's.
You say that you're hungry, so have something yummy. A Big Mac. You know that you're gonna love it. Have some McNuggets for a snack. At Mickey D's, try a pounder with cheese with an order of fries. And that is why I'm telling you it is time to buy. Buy a hamburger. Buy a hamburger. Buy a hamburger.
Justify your hunger and go to McDonald's, just like Justin.
Hey, Justin, you suck.
Absolutely.
12:45, but I guess that's not a bulletin. 155 votes on the poll number 2. Why is this thing changing? It's getting spastic.
Yeah.
Huh? You think we're being freaked?
Maybe.
What number you got? My thing won't even come up anymore. Won't even pop up.
135.
Well, that's what I just had, and it disappeared again. Here it is, 155. How much did the World Series win by the Marlins impact your interest on the team, in the team, over the team? A bit. I watched some of the games, 50. 32%. Some, but I've been a fan, 42. Not at all. I still don't give a schmidt about them, 34. 22%. And tons. I'm a real fan now. I'm ready. I'm lined up. I'm emptying out my pockets for next year's season ticket. 29, 18.7%. Have we had any real Marlin calls today?
No.
Any real enthusiasm or excitement?
No.
Anything?
No.
Nothing. Am I right?
Right.
Right.
Absolutely nothing. The team just won the freaking World Series. They just beat the Yankees in 6 games in the World Series. They came from the depths of despair before the 4th of July, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just came like a gigantic freight train, like a roaring freight train, sweeping through the freaking Giants. And then the dreaded Chicago Cubs and that asshole on the left field line there at Wrigley Field. And then beat the hated and nauseating Yankees. Oh, by the way, Scott probably ain't too happy about that. Who were you rooting for, really?
The Marlins at 2.5 to 1.
Oh, I see. Now, see, that's sickening. That's that QAM sports nerd thing. That's like Hank always says. Oh, I don't root for any teams, just whoever I got a bet on. Well, that's not sports. That's just gambling. You know.
What's the difference?
No, I mean I pulled for the Yankees.
You pulled for the Yankees. Well, you know what? Good. That'll teach you.
I'm pulling right now.
Yeah, that'll teach you. Pull this. 5670560. That line 1 being out really frost my ass. You better tell Fix-It about it, because nobody else in that place will fix it.
I'll do it during the break.
Tell Fix-It. WQAM. Marlins line.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I have to consider the source when you have this poll up about the Marlins. There are Marlins fans out here that are happy that they won the World Series, you know.
Yeah.
They did come back from 3-1 playing the Chicago Cubs. Everyone thought they were left for dead, but they came back.
Right.
We were down 2-1 against.
Well, but what does that mean? Consider the source. What do you mean by that?
Well, we all know your callers are just, voting against the Marlins because you're the host.
So in other words, I'm against the Marlins. Is that it?
Well, have you gone to a game?
This season?
Have you gone to a game ever?
Many games, yes. Probably more than you have, asshole. First 3-4 years, man, I was there all the time. I went to lots and lots and lots of games. Of course, I didn't pay for my tickets, but nevertheless, I would have. So in other words, see again, let's blame Neil on the attitude of the community that don't want to get fleeced to build these people a new stadium. It must be Neil's fault. So let's add that out of that T-shirt we used to have. It's all Neil's fault, that, and then fill in a whole bunch. When it rains, if there's a cloud in the sky, if somebody gives you wild diarrhea, whatever. If somebody loses their job, it's all Neil's fault. So it must be also Neil's fault that there's not this wild enthusiasm, hysteria for the Marlins. I mean, I heard some of the crap with Geldy this morning. It was enough to make me puke. It's a damn good thing I don't eat breakfast. Geldy, you're well known as being the number one champion suckhole on a radio station. There's no question about that. But for crying out loud, Mo is 3,000 miles away there burning his muskrat in San Diego. You don't have to suck when he's out of town, but you're still sucking hard, okay? And believe me, I know something about sucking, okay? You're a minor leaguer. But what a joke. Well, we have to build a new stadium, maybe where the Miami Arena is. And he kept calling it an arena. They don't play baseball in an arena, Gildy. I know you're hockey intensive, allegedly. And by the way, I hate to break the news to you, Gildy, you're not getting Jugs McDonald's job anytime. Ain't gonna happen. 167 votes on the second, and of course you gotta consider the source. Not just the fact that, first of all, the callers aren't the ones who are voting on the poll, you jackass, you simpleton. It's the people out there, the silent majority. They're not calling. How much did the World Series win by the Marlins impact your interest in the team? 167 votes. A bit. I watched some of the games. 55. Some, but I've been a fan already. 42. Not at all. I still don't give a schmidt about them. 40 now. 22% out of 183. 22%. Still don't give a schmidt. And tons. I'm a real fan now. 34, 18.5% are converts. They're real Marlin fans. You believe them?
No.
Well, we put the choice on there. Give an alternative to put on a good act and put on pretense for the rest of the public. Hey, look at me. I'm going to go out there and buy some tickets, man. I'm going to go out there and really support these guys. This is important to me. Here's a call on the dreaded line 9. QAM, hello.
I think the Marlins is a great story, Neil.
Yes?
Especially, I'm calling from up here near Chicago. I think it's terrific.
Yeah.
And that's it. And if the South Florida fans don't want to acknowledge it or support the team, then screw them.
Screw them is right. Screw them.
But, Neil, what'd I ever do?
What'd I ever do to you? Yeah. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Neil,
doing fine. My
My
mental health is good.
I'm sorry?
I said my mental health is good as compared to most of the callers. I'm in pretty good shape.
Hey. Neil, I moved to Sunrise about 2 years ago from Miami.
Oi!
I know. What a dead town. When the Marlins won the series,
yeah.
I went out from Oakland Park to North Hill to back to University, all the way to Sunrise Lake, and all the way to
Sunrise Lake. That was way past their bedtime, man.
I know. My wife was getting into me for beeping my horn there. And Neil, nobody was out. What a dead town.
Yeah,
and
dead
you
asses.
See TV everywhere in Miami, man. Even Hialeah was celebrating with your buddy Martinez. That was incredible. Incredible. We need to get them a stadium in downtown Miami. And
How about Sweetwater sounds good. Sweetwater, maybe Homestead. How about in Goulds? Goulds would be good.
That's too far away for the dead people here in Broward to go.
Okay, pal, get out of there before it's too late.
Thank you, dear.
Hasta que Hermitas. Okay, said it was pretty dead there. I mean, I'm thinking here the Leafs, it was kind of embarrassing last year in the playoffs when the Leafs won. Who the hell did they play before? Oh, that's right, the Flyers. They lost in the first round. So it was one of those games when the Leafs actually won a game. And that night, I could hear all over the city. You could hear like the horns honking and everybody going crazy. It was just after one game. They didn't even win the series or anything. That's right, they were having a nervous Schmidt. Well, don't start playing that stuff, will you? It sounds like Robert Grieper does now. It's so embarrassing. It's so juvenile.
That's old.
I don't care what it is. It's old. It's terrible. Somebody ought to tell him. Ferrall ought to tell him that he's burying Ferrall with that stuff, with all those sound effects he throws in there. Grieper, man, you're a killer. You could ruin any show. Could screw up anything. 5670560. The enthusiasm, man, is infectious. It's contagious. The town is on fire, baby. They're smoking it. They're smoking the big fat ones. Oh, I got to tell you, speaking of smoking it about Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I played that Justin Tinkerbell parody.
Right.
So I'm in McDonald's, and I'll admit it. I hate McDonald's. Oh, and I even went to Burger King. They have a thing called Extreme Cheeseburger. And I saw the
that's
sign.
one way to put it.
I saw the sign. It was on Nieuwendyk, which I think was named after the Maple Leafs great star. But at any rate, and I see the sign, Extreme Cheeseburger. What it is they have a slice. They have like 2 slices of the usual orange cheese, not cheddar, but just orange. And then there's a slice of like jalapeno in the between.
Oh, that sounds good.
Well, it would have been if there was like meat in there, but it was the usual Burger King, Goodyear tire and rubber, those 2 slabs of crab of rubber. Oh man. I took 2 bites of that and so anyway, I'm in McDonald's one night. And I ordered 2 double cheeseburgers because I don't eat the bun. I do my Atkins in there. And I'm standing there at the counter, and this is a true story. You'll never believe it. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at the spot on the floor, and you can see the kitchen is right behind the counter.
Right.
And here's the guy standing there, and I was thinking, I said, boy, right there last year was where I saw that rat run across the floor. And the moment that came to my mind, guess what happened?
Rat.
Came running again in the same spot, and the guy didn't see it.
Did you?
And I started thinking to myself, maybe it's a pet. You know what I mean? Maybe they actually have a leash and a collar for it.
Maybe it's the product. Maybe it got out of the freezer.
That could be. Maybe he was running for his life. Good point. But how do you like them apples, huh? As Mike Myers would say.
Keep a journal. Keep a log of
Here's
your
a fax
events.
that says, please tell Neil no one's calling him because they're calling the sports show.
Yeah.
Go and get topics. Don't try to capitalize on sports for your show, says JP. Oh, I see. In other words, this faxer, who also doesn't have a name, is telling me what I should be talking about.
Right.
I thought that it was a topic. I thought that when like a team wins a championship, I thought that was the number one topic. But get a topic. Don't try to capitalize on sports. Well, don't try to tell me what to do, asshole, okay? I'll talk about whatever I want, including assholes on the phone, assholes on the fax machine, assholes inside your rectum, which, believe me, pal, you probably got a load.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Boris Badanov. Since Fearless Leader has won, Natasha and I no longer have to look for Moose and Squirrel. Instead, we listen to the Neil Rogers Fair and Balanced 1 to 2 hour.
New on Fox. From the producers of The OC comes a new drama that you'll become obsessive-compulsive about. Introducing The OCD.
We need to get something straight.
You want to break up with me?
No. I want you to help me straighten all the food items in my refrigerator.
I love you.
The OCD. It's Fox Television's new number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 show.
Oh, you have such big, strong hands. Do you know what I want you to do with those hands?
Wash them 5 times in a row with water that's exactly 111 degrees Fahrenheit?
In a counterclockwise circular motion. Yes, yes, yes.
So grab a nice cold beverage, sit back, and enjoy the OCD. But first, make sure your cat isn't stuck in the refrigerator. Ooh, I wonder if the cat just sneaked in again. Better check it again. And again, 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 and again.
Don't miss the OCD, only on Fox. And catch a special encore presentation next week that's been edited down to 3 minutes for those with ADD.
And again. 1 o'clock at 560 WQM. How about those Marlins?
Yeah.
Oh, but they're calling the sports shows, Neil. They're not going to waste their time calling you. Well, that's fine with me. It seems to me that back during the days when the Panthers were in the Stanley Cup Finals, what do we talk about all the time, every day, day after day after day? We love the Panthers. Remember all that phony crap?
Oh, yeah.
Did they really love the Panthers?
No.
Did they know a hockey puck from a stale Lender's bagel?
No.
Do they have any clue what it's all about?
No.
Do they know the names of 90% of the guys on the team?
No.
No. I mean, it's not going to change. We can sit and beat it like, just club it like that horse's head in Jack Walsh's bed. Club it until there ain't nothing left, no mo. But what's the point? But I'm the bad guy. I'm the one that's, and if the stadium thing goes to referendum and it gets defeated, it'll be my fault. And just like the day that John Henry and his henchmen were in the building. Remember that morning?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. I zipped around the corner there to go to the studio, and somebody said, hey, Neil, and they realized who it was, and Boyd looked at me like I was Antichrist and Anti-Neil. Man, a look that would kill. Oh, he's the problem. Right, I'm the one that you made the bad deal with. Not Wayne, not old Baldy with a pockmarked puss. No, it must have been me. Neil done it. So I'm used to it. Now, line 9. Do we ever get a real call on line 9? Because the other one was the misfit.
I don't think so.
Here's line 9, QAM, Marlins line.
Yeah, I wanted to speak to Neil.
Speaking.
Neil, hey, it's my bad. I thought I was going to be on hold. Listen, I was going to ask you. You were in Amsterdam last week, right?
Yes, sir.
I heard that they changed the laws there. That they got a clean indoor air act going.
No, they're working on it. It's crazy. It's not because they want to outlaw the weed in the coffee shops. It's just they don't want the anti-smoking crowd are trying to outlaw all smoking in the coffee shops.
Sucks.
Exactly. They'll never do it.
No, do you think it'll be cool to go over there and hook up?
When are you going?
I don't know. It depends on whether they pass this new ordinance or not.
You better hurry.
Hey, another thing I wanted to tell you, Neil. I don't think that taxpayers should front the bill for that stadium at all. My wife is a school teacher,
right?
And her kids can't even take home textbooks.
There you go. Like I said, they keep telling us the government about textbooks for the kids in Iraq in the schools there. How about textbooks for the kids in South Florida?
Yeah, they have one set and they use it all day and nobody can take it home and it's whatever. It's horrible.
Pathetic. It's the American effing way, man.
So I want a stadium, but somebody else should front the bill.
See you on the damn rack.
I'll be out now.
See you at Dirty Nellie's and the Bulldog Cafe. You been there, George?
No.
5670560.
Didn't bring me anything back from there, did you?
It's a disgrace. And again, everybody's always pointing the fingers. Nobody gives a flying crap. Okay, that's the American public for you. Nobody gives a crap about the right things. Their priorities are up in their ass. That's the problem. Priorities deep inside their ass. It would take a team of proctologists to find out what the hell is in there. Right, Screw-Ann?
Oh, speaking of that.
Yes. Is her book, you got a copy yet?
No, but you can order it from the website. You can go to neilrogers.com right now. And you know where you have all the books?
Right.
Hers is on there.
Screw-Ann Winnick's autobiography, One in the Pink and One in the Stink. It's available now only on neilrogers.com. Probably got several chapters about
Roy.
You should go look.
I'm looking at it right now. Under where it says we're nationwide, baby. For some reason, my computer is like slowed down here, which this thing is usually like lightning. I see a Siegfried and
Roy.
And I see Rush with his OxyContin microphone. I see Arnold with that wrinkled, shriveled up thing hanging down. Hang down your head, Arnold.
She's right next to Rush.
She's next to Rush?
Right to the left. To the left.
Oh, it's where it says read with Neil. Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
All right.
That Eric has always been the best in spite of what you say. One in the Pink, One in the Stink by Lou Ann Winnick. Available everywhere in a plain brown wrapper. That is the best. And look there's her ugly, nasty puss on there. Boy, I can't wait to get a hold of my hands on a copy of that. I guarantee it'd be a bestseller around the building. Probably got some pretty good stories about one of your close personal friends. I don't want to mention no names, you know.
Great.
Yeah.
Pictures right in the middle.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Now, that line 1, you know, it just throws me off, you know. It throws the whole thing out of kilter.
Forget about it.
WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know if Jack went to a higher power to secure this victory. Did you hear that?
Oh. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I'm calling to the Neil.
Yes, sir. Speaking.
Oh, okay. Listen, let me ask you a question.
What happened to the level on his call? It's just dropping out. Are you like falling off the edge?
No, I'm putting on my
go.
sexy voice. Listen, what happened? Did you see the Buffalo game in Kansas City, right?
I saw parts of that. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Okay, do you think Willis is going to help them out, McGahee, when he comes back into the lineup with Buffalo?
Yeah, I think McGahee's going to get the job done, man. Old Gahee. The gayer, the better. Fine. By the way, the bottom line is Drew Bledsoe blows. 5670560, pound 560. Almost like we're doing a sports show here today, ain't it?
No.
No, we're not. Just to piss off that guy that give me instructions on what to talk about. But it just amazes me. These people, it's the hostility of South Florida. Well, you're doing this and you're talking about that. Don't do this and don't do that. Well, you know what? That's my response to that. I'll do whatever the hell I want to do. And especially now that summer book came out, and even with George on there, half the break.
We're number one, bitch!
And maybe because George, now, that the other facts I had about George and Suds, who were so entertaining during your vacation.
Just on Friday.
How often was Suds on?
One day.
Oh. Made it sound like he was like your partner on there.
Yeah.
George, Suds, and Scott for the next year. And then I'll come back in a year and we'll see how things go. We'll see what the numbers are. Huh? Or you can keep putting them on our website like we did with this last book, and I can look at that and, oh, look at that. When I'm over there in Berlin or Copenhagen or Stuttgart or Stockholm or wherever the hell I'm hanging out.
Sipping espresso in your cyber cafe, sucking
Sure.
on a fatty.
That's right.
They'll burn this studio like Southern California.
Oh, I don't think so.
Order, but that does not permit us to go in and physically remove somebody from their home that refuses to. So,
oh, look at that. They're showing a picture on CNN right now of burning muskrat in San Diego.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. Scary sight. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon. See, nothing ever changes, you know. But as long as I've lived, all these years I've done this in this town.
About 30, man.
And it just, I never learned my lesson. It's not going to change. You can go away for 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 years. It is never, ever going to change.
No.
WQAM. Marlins celebration line.
Oh, yeah, is this Neil Rogers?
Yes, sir.
Am I on the radio?
It sounds just like your voice.
All right. When's the last time you've been gang raped?
I beg your pardon?
When's the last time you've been gang raped?
When was the last time? About an hour and a half ago.
All right, cool.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you? What's going on?
Pretty good. How you doing? Turn that radio down, please.
All right. I was listening to see. I was drinking. Hey, listen, Neil, what's going on? Have you heard they're going to do something at Joe Robbie like they did in '97?
They're going to do something like what?
Like that, Zeta had a party in '97. About 80,000 people showed up at Joe Robbie.
Yeah.
Have you heard they're going to do that this year, or it's just tomorrow?
No, we're just going to forget about it. Now we're going to go on to important stuff, okay? We love the Marlins. They're just the best. Against the Yankees, they passed the test. Yeah. Huh? Come on, let's get what's her name. What was her name that did that Panther song?
Jolynn Daniel.
What was it?
Jolynn Daniel.
Jolynn. Oh, yeah, good old Jolynn. And then she got smart. She left town. Although not too smart because she went to Nashville.
Yahoo.
Although she probably fit in pretty good up there. I mean, she was a nice person, but she was kind of like, always had one finger in her nose. She was picking and a grinning. Now, what's this fax say? Oh, Chronic. Why do you send me these?
Chronic.
Over the weekend, I twice tuned into the radio station there and got Josh Darrow both times. Clarence. Whose programming decision is that? Well, probably his because he's the PD. He's a god-awful show host. Well, we're certainly in agreement on that. I was crying after an hour of that torture. Well, see, this is what kills me. Somebody is on that you don't like. Why are you listening? It's like you people right now who can't stand me. Why are you listening?
Crystal Set Radio.
At least give me Joe Rose or the Big O on the weekend. Well, when they're asking for the Big O, well, Joe Rose I could understand, but when they want to hear the Big, I'd rather hear Clarence myself. At least, you know. I mean, the Big O is just a pretender. He's a pretender. He doesn't have a clue what he's talking about, and he speaks with that Spanglish baby talk, man. He has no business being on the air.
He is one good-looking guy.
Yeah, I know Joe's got a thing for him. A little thing. By the way, the picture section of your website could use a little update there. No more Beauty and Our Best Beast, please. What does that mean?
We got Beauty and the Beast pictures on there still?
What is with the Beast, as a matter of fact? Where's he this morning?
I don't know.
Who cares?
Is he somewhere like traveling with the Hurricanes to some like leper colonies for their next big game?
I don't know.
Where was the Beast? I heard Big Fat Zach. Well, at least they had some Big Fat Jew on there. They couldn't have the Beast, so Ferrall was stuck with Zach. 5670560. Where the input here is just phenomenal, man. I'm waiting for a little something, a little enthusiasm, a little excitement. The team, I'm sure that the people connected with the team are probably depressed and morose now. This is the kind of response that they get from the South Florida audience, from their sports station, from their flagship station. WQAM, Marlins celebration line. Hello. QAM. That was Wayne. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, hi. I was trying to get the hold of Neil.
Speaking.
Neil, how you doing? This is I wanted to make a couple comments. Number one, I wanted to thank the management of the Marlins for bringing championship down here to South Florida. It was a really exciting time, and I really enjoyed ourselves, the whole family.
And then I wanted to make another comment as far as the stadium. I definitely think we do need a stadium down here, so we don't have to play second fiddle to the Dolphins as far as time. Even on your radio station, you cover the Dolphins and the Marlins, but you give preference to the Dolphins.
Well, that's in the contract.
Right, exactly. But
And
that's
let's
my
face it, we make a lot of money on the Dolphins. I don't know if we even break even on the Marlins.
Right. That's my point. I think that they need to have maybe even their own radio station. I mean,
There you go. Marlins Radio. That sounds like a winner to me.
I mean, Dave, let's do it.
But the problem with that is we wouldn't have any of those early days off on this show if we did that.
That's
and
right.
He just vanished. You just threw it off.
Huh? That's a big
that would
part
be
of our
bad
life.
for us. We like those days when we get off at 12:30 or 1 o'clock or whatever. A little extra time off always sounds good to me.
All right.
You bet. Those afternoons when they have the day games, Mad Dog's got the whole day off.
All right.
Humper comes in maybe for an hour, maybe not at all.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That's right.
Too bad we're not on noon to 4.
We're going to be on whenever the Marlins are playing day games. The rest of the time, we're just taking the day off. Sounds like a real wiener to me. Maybe they should just get their own radio station. See, now the enthusiasm is so intense. It's like, well, QAM was okay for a while. It was adequate. But now it's so big and so important that you guys, small potatoes, we're going to build our own radio station. And our own stadium, and our own goddamn city, and we're going to have, all the ships at sea, and everybody in the world is going to be, Marlin intensive. Does anybody believe any of... No, of course not. They're going to, coming with their hand out again, just like John Henry did, and just like Wayne did for the Broward Arena, and all these people with all their millions and billions of dollars. Oh, please, look at what we did for you. Please build us a big dome facility, and then if the team should suck and go south, right away, everybody will vanish again. Like they do just like Jacobs Field in Cleveland. Every one of them, man. As soon as the team starts going in the crapper, everybody vanishes and all that enthusiasm and excitement. It's like the guy said before to call in Line 9. Could be paying for some textbooks with that public money. But in America, nobody gives a crap about educating their kids because they're afraid their kids will be smarter than they are. That's the problem. That is the problem. Everybody talks a really good game, but, and here's another. These faxes are just unbelievable. Yeah. You were way off on your assessment of the bullet train vote. Keep sending these along. I'm getting great amusement. You were wrong. You made a mistake. 114. By the way, my paycheck just showed up. What day is it today? Over the weekend. I just mentioned that in passing for all these negatory people out there that want to give you a little stuff. Doesn't interest me at all. Oh, look at that.
And go to the parades. Still ahead on
South Florida parties. Did you see that on CNN for about 2 seconds there? Wow, holy Toledo, as Rick Weaver would say. That's what we need. Let's dig up old Rick Weaver and bring him back to MC the celebration.
Right on.
Hey, when you see mattress stores advertising a 50% sale off, is it a trick and treat? Have they inflated the regular price to give a false impression of savings? Do they just have one piece to sell at the sale price, then it's gone, and then try to sell you a full price set? The mattress industry is full of phony claims and shell games, full of BS. That's why I only call Dial a Mattress at 1-800-Mattress, and you ought to be doing the same. No false promises, no bait and switch, just discount prices every day on the brand names you know and trust, now including Stearns & Bananas Foster. Honest sales practices and fantastic service keep Dial a Mattress ranked number 1 in customer satisfaction. When you call 1-800-Mattress, you pick the day and time for delivery within any 2-hour window, 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m. I've been sleeping on a mattress from Dollar Mattress for years, and look at me, I'm still alive. You ought to be doing the same. With low prices, same-day delivery, free setup and removal, it's easy to see. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out why Dollar Mattress is ranked number 1 in customer satisfaction. In fact, isn't that their slogan?
Something like that. Sing it.
Yeah, they say.
We're number 1, damn it!
So don't be fooled by those mattress showrooms or furniture store ads. They cannot match what you get from Dollar Mattress every day of your life. Pick up the phone right now and call 1-800-Mattress. 1-800-MATTRES, or check them out online at mattress.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
And welcome back to the World Series of Uno. Down to the final 2 players at the final table, and the action's about to heat up. It's little 8-year-old Jimmy Archer against his grandma.
Little Jimmy's playing this one beautifully, I must say. He is down to 1 card, and hold on. He forgot to yell Uno.
No.
Unbelievable, unfortunate.
Uno. No, you didn't, honey. Did not. Did not. Did not. Did not. Did not. Did
you know what that means. He's got to draw 2 cards now, and that puts Grandma firmly back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, too bad that's a rookie mistake, and that's just going to hurt him.
It sure is. And,
I hate you, Ferrall!
Well, what's the, oh, no. He's throwing a tantrum and running upstairs to his room. Oh, no. As you know, that's an automatic disqualification.
Boy, I'll tell you, Jimmy really needs to work on his Uno face.
Give him time, give him time.
Yeah, you're right. He's young, and we'll be seeing more of him, I'm sure. So congratulations to our new World Series of Uno champion, Grandma.
More like number uno.
That's a good one. Well, that's all for now. We'll see you next week when we bring you the World Series of Go Fish live from the Caesars Palace Daycare Center.
All right. 120 at 560 WQM. That's so perfect, you know. It fits right in like a glove. So anyway, this follow-up fax from the chronic faxer who faxed before about the bullet train is that who the hell gives a flying crap about the bullet train anyway? Says, my gosh, don't be too sensitive. Truth be told, you were way off on your assessment of the bullet train vote and the half-cent sales tax vote. Same with the new ballpark. There's a great story in today's Sun Sentinel on your website about today being the day that we choose a contractor and the route. You think we should use jet engines or electricity? Should be up and running by 2011, a real bullet train. Uh-huh. This guy, what time is his show on, huh?
Right after yours.
Luckily, it ain't on this station. Does QM, now here's the best part. Does WQM really believe they can make the Marlins a better offer than Clear Channel? David Ross is what did I tell you before about the threats? Oh, you guys, now that they won the World Series, you guys can't have the Marlins anymore. Now they're really big.
Not just the threats, but boy, are they in touch with Clear Channel and the powers that be or what?
Yeah, like all the money Clear Channel's making on the Miami Heat. Oh, my God, that's a real winner for them and all those big ratings. Anyway, it says David Ross is moving in for the kill. Didn't anyone at QM notice all the Clear Channel execs around Loria? Oh, yeah, in fact, they were all crapping in their pants. They were so nervous about that. Don't feel too bad. There's a very long list of people lined up to kiss David Sampson's ass. Yes, Chronic Faxer, not only that, most of those people are the same ones who at the beginning of the season were talking about what an asshole he and his brother-in-law or father-in-law is. I have a sense of humor, so I won't take what you said about my wife seriously. She's much prettier than any of your boyfriends. Well, guess what? That's where you're wrong, amigo. That's where you haven't got a clue what you're talking about. If you only knew. 5670560. Here's another fax. Boy, the faxes are pouring in today. Thank goodness for that, because the calls have really sucked. In this cultural melting pot of assholes called South Florida, it's no wonder why no one gives a crap about the Marlins. Do you really think this highly intellectual, greasy crowd would show any emotion toward a sports championship? People here don't realize that certain cities and towns would sacrifice their young virgins just to smell a championship, let alone 2 and 7 seasons. This is a town that got extremely emotional over Celia Cruz. You know, we forgot all about that. That's a good point. Because, you know, and again, because I'm out of touch, I'm not there, I don't have the feel for it. Like Tom Jicka said.
The autopsy was done, so I can tell now. When the mortician lifted up my skirt, he said, hanging down, like a cow, like a cow, like a cow.
That says everything it says. As much as you rip Buffalo, could you imagine that? Now, see, don't start with his Buffalo. Buffalo is a cesspool, okay? Buffalo is garbage. As much as you rip Buffalo, could you imagine that time if the Bills ever won one? After watching their game against Kansas City yesterday, I wouldn't hold my breath any time in your lifetime, whoever sent me the fax. The sickest part is I came to this town as a nice guy with business ventures, and 10 years later, I'm sitting here realizing I've morphed into a South Florida asshole just like them. Thanks for your refreshing honesty, sir. Why does this happen to so many good people when they come here? If anyone could answer this, I'd greatly appreciate it. It's called It Goes with the Territory. It says, screw the Marlins, just based on the fact they represent South Florida. Mexico City Marlins has a nice ring to it. Signed, Pete. P.S. I do like George on the radio, but we all do not relate to 4 hours of marijuana slang or callers calling and offering little baggies of the green stuff. From other than that, he's adequate. Were you doing drug deals again on the air?
Not me.
How about off the air? Yes.
No.
By the way, you want some really good crap, man? I brought George back a
brick.
Long story.
In your navel.
A big brick. 5, and we're going to throw it right through the goddamn window at the party on Thursday. Yeah, that's right. You're all invited to come to the place for the big QM ratings party. What a laugh that is, especially where he says, congratulations to Josh Duff Doreen and the entire QM staff. Well, what the hell is that all about? What the hell does he doesn't even put Miguel on there, who does more work in one day than that bitch has ever done in her whole life. That's number one. And number two, what the hell does the promotions department have to do with the success of the ratings? Anything?
No.
Zero.
They promoted us.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, you mean like that big banner where they put up there, where they left my name off conspicuously? That kind of stuff, huh? And we still beat everybody. Although Mad Dog, man, 7-5 in that 2-4 slot. Huh? Nice going there, Mad Dog. He's not there anyway. He's in San Diego trying to put out the fire. 5, 6, 7. Between now and 2 o'clock, I want to hear a little bit of enthusiasm on your world champion Marlins. This is a disgrace. Aren't you amazed and shocked and...
No.
Huh?
No.
No enthusiasm. Let's look at that poll. How much did the World Series win by the Marlins impact your interest in the team? 286 votes. This is our second poll. The first one wasn't too promising on the stadium. Some, but I've been a fan all along, 92. A bit, I watched some or all of the games, 88. That's what I voted. I watched a couple innings here and there. Not at all. I still don't give a schmidt about them. 58, 20.2%. And tons, I'm a real fan now. 48, 16.7% are real converts. They're really fans, at least till the parade is over. Now, what's the story on the parade and the festivity? See, it would be nice if somebody would clue me in on this stuff, Scott. Since, like Tom Jicka says, I'm so out of touch.
I have no idea.
Huh?
I have no idea.
Oh, well, we aren't going to bother with it. Not that David Ross is going to spirit the Marlin broadcast away from QAM.
Ooh.
Man, oh, man, how the hell are we going to survive after that? And like I said, the Miami Heat, what do they got? About a point nothing? Just like on 940. Just like the same thing with the big challenge from Fox Sports 940 with their fractions, huh? How did they do in the last book? I got it right here. I got for all the stuff you faxed me that Thursday I left. Let's take a look at the morning where they're up against some stiff competition.
Absolutely.
The Mo Man and Ferrall. At least stiff the first couple hours. WIOD 3638. This is in men. Okay, now what does it call it? Is WRFX?
Yes.
And believe you me, I could make that. Oh, look at that. 0.6 to a 1.3. Double. But they're still number 23 in the market. 50,000 watts with a 1.3 share. And the only reason they actually increased in there is because they've got the secret weapon on the air now.
That's where you see some arm problems.
Right. The Crow put them over the top. How about in midday? How about against us? I bet you they were like dangerous. Especially with you on, George.
That's right.
How the hell can you compete with Roman?
I can't. Don't even try.
WRFX. Can we find them yet? Oh, I think they might have had like a double digit on here. From a 1.3 to a 2.1.
Oy!
See what I mean? They're on the move, baby. How about against the Humper and the Mad Dog in the afternoon? Which, by the way, QAM was number 1 in men with a 7 point.
Oh!
Let's take a look at RFX, huh? 0.6, more than double, 1.4.
Oy!
Look out now. Reminiscent of the shades of the Fan. Remember the Fan?
No.
1790 on your AM dial, whatever the hell it was?
No, I
Same
don't
old
remember.
crap. So we got to be real nervous about that, plus David Ross with his Fox Sports, with his Miami Heat, and now with the Marlins. Good luck to him, okay? We'll pack him a salami sandwich. WQAM, Marlins line.
Neil!
Yes, sir.
Welcome back.
Oh, I got to go. I got to do my break. What?
Nothing.
Well,
We're professionals here.
I have to do the break now.
That's
I don't
right.
have time to talk to him. I'm sorry, sir. I apologize, okay?
I
apologize. But the fact is, the spots are what we're here for. We got to get them on the air. In spite of that one guy that's upset we run so many spots. At least on this show, we don't run all those sports spots. Like all the rest of the sports segments where they run like 56 minutes an hour spots. You know, one of the best kept dining secrets in town is right there in Coral Springs, the Gold Coast Seafood Grill. Just celebrated their 1-year anniversary and got 3.5 stars from the prestigious Sun Sentinel Showtime Dining Review. The Gold Coast Seafood Grill has got all kinds of great specialties like mango plum salmon, almond-crusted mahi-mahi, orange honey glazed sea bass, and crab and shrimp stuffed trout. There's an incredible bar atmosphere with an extensive wine and martini list, too. Big martinis. We're talking about big, gigantic martinis at happy hour are only $5.50 from 4 to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. The Gold Coast Seafood Grill, you'll find it in Coral Springs, 2752 North University Drive inside the beautiful Walk Shopping Center. Call 954-255-FISH for reservations and more information. You can dine inside or outside, and big parties and private functions are welcome too. Experience the best-kept secret in lunch and dinner dining. The Gold Coast Seafood Grill in Coral Springs at 2752 North University Drive inside the Walk Shopping Center. That's the Gold Coast Seafood Grill, where you'll find great seafood at great prices too.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Pit God.
Jenny from the block blames the breakup on Ben, says the fault was his, but we know that's all a crime. in all on showbiz, cruel and bitter, downright evil. And here's the reason why we think she is. Her butt's too big for her body, too big for her body, too big for her body. Her dress can't fit no more.
No more. 133 at 560 WQAM. I'll tell you, we're really keeping on top of things here at the Sports Center of the Universe. Not. Come to find out, the Dolphin game tonight is not being played in San Diego, Scott.
It's being played in Arizona.
How come nobody told me that?
We did.
You told me that hours ago?
Yeah, something like that.
With major wildfires burning in the area yesterday, the NFL moved the Dolphins game against, I probably wasn't listening, moved the game against the Chargers tonight from San Diego to Tempe, Arizona. How many people are going to be at that game?
About 30, man.
Huh? You think they're driving from San Diego to Tempe?
No.
You think anybody in Tempe gives a flying crap about the Chargers or the Dolphins?
No.
No. So that should be interesting. Well, that'll take away the home field advantage from San Diego, plus they suck anyway, so it should be like a walkover again, wouldn't you think?
I think the Panthers could beat the Chargers.
Now, I don't want to be talking about that stuff because of this other fax you just sent me here, since they're really hostile, man. You'd think that the town would be like in a good mood.
Right.
Hostile.
Full of glee.
No. It says, hey, gay guy on the radio, the reason no one is calling you to talk about the Marlins is because you have repeatedly said, now see here again, you've repeatedly said, so it's somebody who listens every minute, hangs on every single word. You repeatedly said your show ain't no sports show, and no sports holes are listening. Now what I've repeatedly said is I'll talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. So shut the F up and do what you do best. Criticize anything and everything. Fed up with your BS. Signed, Jeffrey Luria. No, it's not signed by anybody. It's unsigned like all of these kind. A lot of hostility coming. I guess they've missed me the last 10 days, huh?
Lots.
Haven't they vented at you at all in the last 10 days?
Are you kidding me? But that's all they do.
No, they love you.
Yeah, right.
5670560, pound 5. I want to hear before we only got 26 minutes to go till Joe Rose. And I want to hear one enthusiastic call, one legitimately honest to goodness enthusiastic with something good, positive to say. This is a disgrace. Even for South Florida. This is way above and beyond the call of duty, if you ask me. WQAM, enthusiasm line.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, sir?
My name's Dave.
Hey, let's go to Dave on line 2. Hello.
Suck it.
Yeah, suck this. See there? Now, he was enthusiastic about it.
That was a good call, proposition.
Yeah, that was a great call. WQAM.
Hey, good afternoon, Neil. Yeah,
And
the
back to you.
Marlins were good. It was enjoyable. It was nice and winning, for a change. But it'll be another few years because they'll break up the team like usual.
How do you know that?
Well, you
Is that Bucciambi? Oh, I love it. The enthusiasm is just unbelievable. The sourest, the nastiest, the most hostile. And like I said before, it ain't never going to change. It's not me. I'm in a damn good mood. Biggest reason is I'm not there. That's
right.
The best reason I'm in a good mood. Good golly, Miss Molly. What a pile of crap. Like I said, 24 minutes and counting, waiting for one. Just one. Is it going to happen?
No.
Not likely. Maybe on line 9. That could be the magic line. WQAM.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, how you doing? Calling about the Marlins?
Yes, go ahead.
I'll tell you, the thing about the Marlins is is this Neil?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I used to go to games a few years ago, and I remember that the whole sections, there'd be like 2 or 3 people. People
Right.
bring their dogs. They bring.
That is correct.
Bring picnic tables. Is this Neil?
I think so. Let me take a look. It looks like me.
I haven't talked to you in a while. That's the thing. And so, and I'm talking about like good seats were priced very affordably. Nobody would ever go. So I don't really know what's going to happen. I think maybe after. See, my big concern is that after this year, I want to see if they break up the team because after the first World Series, the whole team went in every direction and nobody stayed back. So I want to see what's going to happen with that. But the other thing
before you get too emotionally excited, is that what you're trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Because I'll tell you, the thing is too, I used to go to hockey games too, and I kind of stopped. I like sports. The thing is, I don't like cheap fans. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing with Florida. I don't know if that's ever going to change down here. It's just like I'm not trying to say New York is all that, but New York is a real team. I mean, a real city, real
Well, New
fans.
New York's got like 15 million people within shouting distance.
That's true. But
In
then
addition,
again,
most of the people in New York are under the age of 100 and speak English.
Yeah, Yeah, but the other thing too is they've got a dynasty going. I mean, between the Braves and the Yankees, I mean, it's just like in the last 10 years, I think the Yankees have gone 6 or 7 times. So it's kind of a different ballpark. But I don't know. I don't want to take too much more of your time. It's just that I just wish there was more loyalty in this community. And I'm actually up in Gainesville now, going to UF. But I used to call you all the time, and I kind of miss you. I'm glad for the website too, because I could listen to you like in the morning.
Well, thank God for your website. Hang in there, pal. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
Well, see, he was kind of like lukewarm. He just doesn't want to get tangibly involved too heavy duty until he sees what the lay of the land's going to be. He's a little bit skeptical. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Skeptical. Got a lot of company out there. This was wonderful. It was a great experience. But are you going to stick it to us again? Now, I haven't said that, have I?
No.
It's a possibility. I have mentioned about Pudge because he's a guy that's going to command some serious bucks. You think he's going to be back?
No.
The Pudge Meister? Got that big expensive house with that monument to himself out there. He stands out in front and crosses himself and points at the sky all day in the off season. Got a big ass. 5670560. Come on, let's have one really enthusiastic Marlin call. They won the World Series 2 freaking days ago. It's only Monday. It's only Monday. You don't have to be a sports nerd. Look at this thing. I'm a real fan now. 17%, 56 out of 2, whatever it is, 338, 330. How much did the World Series win by the Marlins impact your interest in the team? Some, but I've been a fan already, 104. A bit, I watched some or all of the games, 103. Not at all, I still don't give a schmidt about them, 67, 20.3%. And tons, I'm a real fan now, 56, 17%.
Oh!
You believe those?
Nah, whatever.
No.
See, now you're being sour and skeptical.
I'm being realistic.
WQAM, Blue Skyline, now they're gone. QAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir. Chronic, now, okay, well, you know that guy.
Oh, are you kidding?
All he's got to do is, Neil, always the same way, like somebody's poking him in the ass with a red-hot poker. Can't handle it. Don't call me again, sir. I won't put you on the air, okay? Either that or learn to say my name different. Like Schlemiel would be good. Not that, Neil. Can't stand it. You know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. WQAM, hello. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, it's time for the break. Fine. Well, as far as the callers are concerned, after you've been on vacation a few days, you just want to kind of ease back into it. Especially on a day like today when it's just, how many times do I say this? Every time I say the same thing. I always think that I can't be shocked by the response of South Florida,
surprise.
Yeah, they can always pull another big surprise for you. Hey, you think that was exciting? You see all those people on the parade? Well, we don't give a crap, okay? And then the response is, oh, well, the sports nerds are the one who get, well, that's pretty sad. Because we already know about the sports nerds, what kind of crowd that is. They're the ones calling guilty. Oh, let's build a stadium right next door to my house. How does that sound, huh? With somebody else's money, of course. Let's build it right next door. It's not convenient for us, And how is it that they got those 66,000 people in there for Game 5, Scott? How did they get those people in there when it's such a bad place to play? And it's so hard to get to, and it's such a crappy stadium. How do they do it?
Magic.
Yeah, I was going to say magic.
They did it by magic.
Just like that.
19 till 2 at QAM. If you're looking for a really fine place to eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner, better try out Vic and Irv's from Rochester, New York, my hometown, where I enjoyed many a great meal, too many. Vic and Irv's has been around since 1934. They're located in South Florida now. That's the good news for you. On Federal Highway, just south of Bard Boulevard in the tunnel on the east side. Not too far from where all them fag bars are and used to be. Vic and Irv's is a flashback in time to what restaurants were before fast food. Go in and enjoy a hamburger or hot dog served hot, fresh, and fast the Vic and Irv's way. They're brought to Fort Lauderdale by the same guys who feed you Cheeseburger. And Vic and Irv's uses the same fresh 100% ground chuck meat as Cheeseburger and offers you an incredible big, fat, quarter-pound hot dog. With a piece of meat like that in your mouth, you'll have a smile on your puss from ear to rear. And what makes Vic and Irv's different from anybody else is that all their burgers and dogs, just like in Rochester, serve with that famous Vic signature meat sauce poured on top to do a Kazansky on your taste buds. And if you want to try something different, Vic and Irv's has got all kinds of great dishes, including a great breakfast menu. They've got your omelets, cooked to order, French toast, pancakes, all your favorite side dishes. So go by Vic and Irv's, whether you're from Arundecoit, Rochester, Fredonia, Depew, or Leroy, and see what all the talk is about. Vic and Irv's, they're on Federal Highway, just south of Bard Boulevard in the tunnel on the east side. And be sure and tell them that old Rochesterian, underlined the old part, Neil Rogers, sent you by to Vic and Irv's.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
Coming up tonight on Inside the Behind the True Hollywood Celebrity Music Biography Profile Story. They were a Danish band who poked fun at one of America's cultural icons. Hey, who said the Danish have a right to do that. They were Aqua. Singer Lenny Nystrom, who played Barbie in the band's famous video, spoke to us through an interpreter.
Yes, even though you only know us for Barbie Girl, we were quite popular at home. We once won a Danish Grammy.
Whoa, a Danish Grammy. Wonder what that award ceremony was like.
And dein winner is Aqua.
Thank you.
Ooh.
But winning lame-ass foreign awards is not all Aqua is known for. They were also sued by American toy maker Mattel, who owns the Barbie trademark. A Mattel spokesman spoke to us through an interpreter.
Okay, he's saying, those how dare they things up with this, those holes. Barbie is ours, you Aqua.
But Mattel lost the case. A victory for Aqua. They spoke to us through an interpreter.
I believe that's nya 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 nya.
Aqua. Those wacky Danish. Do they even know we named a breakfast food after them? It's a big, juicy, sopping wet look at show business. Tonight, on Inside the Behind.
147, 13 till 2. Joe Rose for the Mad Dog at 2 this afternoon. And then we got no Humper today because, why should he work? Isn't he off most of the week or all week?
I'm looking.
Looking at through Wednesday.
Yeah.
Kimba Bull Camper tomorrow and Wednesday. Nice going, Humper. Excellent schedule. Dr. Phil is a fraud.
Get out.
That's the shocking revelation of two former guests who say the show's producers paid a stranger to insult them on camera and arranged for a photographer to do the same. They saw firsthand what a fraud Dr. Phil's show is, and they want the whole world to know about it. A source close to the women told the prestigious Inquirer. Marianne Beaudelet, 400-pound executive administrator of the National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance, NAFA, and Sally Smith, 374-pound editor-in-chief of Big Beautiful Woman magazine, went on Dr. Phil McGraw's show last November. The ladies said that after years of worshiping Dr. Phil's work, they were thrilled to be invited onto his program to discuss discrimination against overweight people. They said they thought they'd be treated with respect. But before they could appear on the show, producers sent them on an undercover mission to Las Vegas, they said. A hidden camera followed them around in hopes that strangers would make fun of them in public because of their weight. But the whole thing, as Dr. Phil would say, drove off into the ditch, Sally wrote in an article about her experience. No one insulted the women, they said, until program staffers arranged it. The producers were convinced they would get what they needed, Sally wrote. Well, they eventually did, but they had to actually pay one man to make a rude comment and convince the poor, horrified camera operator to expedite the shoot and say something mean to us. The crew then moved the women to Los Angeles, set them in a restaurant next to two diners known to dislike fat people, hoping the strangers would say something nasty. It didn't happen, Sally said. When the show aired in November, viewers saw Marianne and Sally visiting a mall, a fitness center, and a buffet restaurant. Oh, can you say those two walking into a buffet?
That's a setup for a joke, right?
Hidden camera footage showed onlookers snickering, supposedly at the overweight ladies. At different times in the restaurant, one man asked, "Is that fat-free ice cream?" And another told the women, "Leave some food for somebody else." But it was all a scam designed to fool Dr. Phil's viewers, the ladies say. Sally said she and her friend Marianne had been loyal fans of Dr. Phil from his days on Oprah. When one of us called the other with a problem, our immediate response would be, "What would Dr. Phil say?" Sally recalled. What a silly bitch. The women told a pal they appeared on the show hoping to change the self-help guru's philosophy that being fat is a psychological flaw that can be overcome through willpower. But once on the show, the rose-colored glasses through which we'd seen Dr. Phil shattered, Sally claimed. And it goes on at great length. Anything we can do to knock Dr. Phil, we say, all right. Excellent. He's a piece of crap, total fraud. Another drooling southerner.
Texas.
360 votes thereabouts, 359. How much did the World Series win by the Marlins impact your interest in the team? Some, but I've already been a fan, 115. A bit, I watched some or all of the games, 110. Not at all, I still don't give a schmidt about them, 76, 21.1%. And tons, I'm a real fan now, a big-time fan. I'm going to go out there and buy tons of season tickets. 58, 16.1%. And we're still waiting for our first call of enthusiasm 2 days after the Marlins win the World Series right there in New York, 2-0 against the dreaded-hated Yankees. We're still waiting. WQAM, here it is right here. I can feel it. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know how many people are going to be at the game tonight? At the Dolphins game in Arizona.
Yeah.
The tickets are free. That's why. They're giving them away for free. So it's going to be a packed house, believe it or not.
Excellent.
You can ask
Well,
the sports
probably the
director.
median age will be about 100 because you know
Right,
there's
because
people
that's
out in
all
Tempe.
those schleppers in Arizona.
Yeah.
All
Sun
right, Neil.
City. Okay, thanks for the good news. It's going to be packed with freeloaders. Perfect for a South Florida team.
Oh!
Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Fit in like a rubber glove. Now, what is this thing you just sent me about the creature from Jekyll Island? Why would you send this to me?
I don't know. One of our faxers suggested it for you.
The creature from Jekyll Island? It says, keep up the great work entertaining and informing your listeners about the real story. Have read most of all the books you recommend. Love your articles on the website. I'd like to return the favor by recommending the following book. It may help confirm many of your world views about our supposed leaders, and you'll never trust a bank again. Not that you ever did. Oh, there ain't nothing like a bank, because they like to watch over your money, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
They suck. 151 at 560 QAM.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Hi, this is Arnold, and many people say that I should not be governor of California because I cannot pronounce California. I would like to drive my fist up their ass and pull out their intestines. Now I will prove I'm from California by singing now. I wish they all could be California girls. California girls. I wish they all could be California girls. Yeah. Now vote for Arnold, or I'll rip off your head and vomit down your neck. I sing now. Barbara A. Barbara A. Barbara A. Rollen und rocken und rollen und rocken. Yeah, only someone from California could sing the Beach Boys as well as Arnold. Vote for me. I'm a f***ing Kennedy.
Make no mistake, man. That's why God is burning the entire state of California down right now before it's too late.
Right.
Is there any question about it?
No.
I don't think so. Now it's 1:57, which means we got like less than 3 minutes to get our one enthusiastic, excited call about the Marlins World Series victory. We better go through a whole bunch of them. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. WQAM, hello.
Yes.
Hello. Okay, bad phone. WQAM, last call, hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil? I want to be that last enthusiastic Marlins fan calling in for you.
Excellent.
That's great. Listen, man, I've been a bandwagon jumper. I'll have to admit, but I started at the beginning of this season because this Marlins team has been great to watch. I know you were there in '96 watching those Panthers, those young guys who just loved each other, played with heart. They did a great job for South Florida. We all came together. It was beautiful. This is all over again here in '03, but in the form of baseball. It's beautiful, Neil. I'm loving every minute of it. I'm going to continue to love every minute of it. I love South Florida. I love the Marlins.
All right.
Okay, excellent. Good job. I think he was faking it, though, don't you?
Yeah. Just a little
It sounded like he
sarcasm
scripted
there,
it, like he wrote it out. I don't know. It didn't sound like it was from the heart. But nice try, pal. It was a good change of pace. Even Josh Beckett never threw a better changeup. Does he throw changeups?
Yeah.
Occasionally, not very often.
No.
He's not Cuban, though. WQAM, hello.
I know the Marlins. Can I have some tickets?
Okay, you got some for opening day, 1923. Hey, listen, that's pretty interesting about the fact that maybe that's why there's not the enthusiasm, because we had like a Yahoo kid that won the game, right? If it would have been Levon, I love you, Miami, all of them. Remember the whole different ambiance then. Plus, of course, that was, different era, different deal. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. You think Miriam Elephant's going to be at the parade handing out extra ballots to everybody who shows up?
Could be.
Free.
WQAM.
Hi. Go Marlins all the way.
All right.
I've been a Marlin fan since 1993. I was upset when Huizinga sold him. He was such a jerk, but I never gave up on him. Never gave up.
Well,
I'm
good
a
for you.
diehard Marlin fan.
Well, there's
God
nothing
bless
like-
those guys, and Jack did a tremendous job.
Old Jack done a great job. Some of us old folks aren't so bad.
That's right.
Thanks a lot, sweetheart. And there's nothing like being a diehard. Anyway, that's going to kill it for
That's
us.
our winner.
Was that what she won the season tickets?
Right.
I'll be damned. Too bad I hung up on her. 376 votes. How much did the World Series win by the Marlins impact your interest in the team? Some, but I've been a fan, 122. A bit, I watched some or all of the games, 112. Not at all, I still don't give a schmidt about the team, 82, almost 22% negative people. And tons, I'm a real fan now, 16%. The little dog, and believe you me, the Marlin calls are going to start pouring in now. Get on the phone right now. Look at that phone. Get those calls coming for little dog and have a party in your pants.
Bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
What a suck-up job that was.
Absolutely.